I thought this was the 3-on-3 show.
Oh, no, not yet. This the topic everybody kept messaging me about.
Hold on, you ready?
Mm-hmm. You got it? Hey, hello, and welcome to the third quarter podcast show today. And, you know, you're going to have to save me a lot today because I'm drained.
I can tell.
Yeah, can you tell
It's
I feel
okay.
different? Superman is down.
You know I got you. I got you.
We're going to have a very, very good conversation today. This conversation going to be fire.
Yeah.
It's going to be really fire. I got some wonderful, wonderful women in there, returning one. And I'm going to start to my left, and I want you to introduce yourself.
I am Mo. Sorry, guys. I mess stuff up all the time on purpose.
You good.
Just to make sure y'all woke. That's what I
Okay.
No.
Well, that's
I'm
cool.
Mo, and I'm just saying, I'm so glad to be here, guys. Thanks for having me.
Yes, I have
Okay.
you.
Next person.
I told her she got to save me today. I told her she got to save me.
Okay, we have Vincina.
Oh, I love that. And she said my name correctly and did not mess it up. And I'm glad to be here as well.
Hi, y'all. I'm Sierra, and I'm glad to be back. Thank you so much for having me.
And you guys know who I am. I'm 5-star, right?
Firecracker that woke up. That woke up after how many shows?
Don't know. I was always awake. I was just chill.
That woke up after how many shows?
You know I've been a firecracker since you met me.
Yes, you have, but
Okay.
you was a really
the world
firecracker.
didn't know. The world didn't
The
know
world,
that.
okay. The world
You
figured
knew
out.
that.
I knew.
Come
We talk all
on
the
now.
time.
That's
we
right.
Talk,
That's
we
right.
talk all the time. You know
Our
what?
topic for today.
Take over.
Well, you know what? Our topic for today is: are you really ready for dating?
Really ready for
Are you-
dating.
Yes, for dating.
Because a lot of these people not.
No. We have any sponsors today?
Actually, no sponsors.
Oh,
No
okay.
sponsors.
Okay, well, that's fine.
We'll be getting some soon.
Okay, well, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
It's all good. Okay, so let's start out. Now, I think it was a couple shows back, and I mentioned that a man is not ready if he's not financially stable, and I still stick to that. That's first and foremost, because if a man is not financially stable, he is not in a position to be confident. He's not going to be confident. And it also causes him to resent a woman who does have her stuff together. Okay, a prime example of this is that B. Smith situation. B. Smith, when she met her husband, she had it going on. She married down. Now this man carried this resentment of being B. Smith's husband all these years. Now she has Alzheimer's, okay, and he's taking care of her. He's not going to divorce her, but he moved his woman in, and they're taking care of B. Smith. So he's pretending to be this victim. But that's what these type of men do, okay? He was never her equal, okay? And I said before, he has to be on your level or higher. And I still stand with that.
I support
Any
this.
comments?
Is it-
That's what we're
is-
going to
is-
start out with.
Is it all the same level or different levels?
It's different levels for everybody.
For different people, okay.
Exactly.
Different individuals.
Exactly. Because my level is going to be different from your level,
Definitely.
your level, and your level.
It's levels to everything. I definitely, I support what you're saying. Especially because I'm still weird about why people make marriage vows that they honestly don't believe in. Like they don't even consider that. For better or worse does not mean when your wife gets sick, you move on because you have wants and needs, and you move a woman inside of your home and take care of your wife with this. That's not what that means.
Yeah.
At least not for me. So I definitely understand where you're coming from by saying that a man needs to be financially stable, because one, if you take care of a man, he kind of give you the relationship back as if he owed you if he ever gets on his feet, when he probably was only there to be taken care of. I see that a lot.
Okay. And I'm going
see
to tell
that a
you
lot.
something. Another thing, if I know everybody's seeing Waiting to Exhale.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, we remember that situation. She supported him. You know, we had this thing.
One
we're
in
gonna
her company too?
No.
One in her family company?
No, it was
Part, yeah, I think she helped him start it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and then he became successful, and then he ran off with the secretary. That is classic. It's really classic, because you put your dreams on hold for him, and then he moves along once he becomes successful because now you're a burden or you have issues and you haven't become successful. That's why we don't do that. We weren't set up to be that way. A man is supposed to be the provider, okay, and the protector. Women are not supposed to do that. So we go back to these gender roles. We have to know our place. Men are masculine, women are feminine. Even if you have a gay relationship, there's going to be somebody who's going to be masculine and there's going to be somebody who's
that's
going to be
feminine.
feminine. There is this dichotomy everywhere. It's in the universe. This is how things are supposed to be. And when we don't follow this pattern, then that's when we have issues. And a lot of women, because they're independent, they're very masculine because they have to take on these roles. You know, you're in corporate America.
There's a lot of
or
men
when-
been failing.
Well,
A lot of mothers is raising these boys,
Yeah,
and
well,
they
that
not
could be
raising them
contributed to that,
be
too.
they're raising them to be men. So a woman has to be able to be masculine and do both.
Well, but when you get into a relationship with an alpha male or a man, a real man, a quality man, then that poses a problem. Because two masculine energies repel each other. There has to be somebody who has that feminine energy. So who is it going to be? That's why we're getting this role reversal right now. So the successful women are getting these men who are more feminine. Okay? They want to be taken care of. They want to watch the kids. They want to do all these
I've seen
things.
this
Yeah.
firsthand.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that goes on naturally.
They're even
I'm calling
growing
that's the,
boobs, okay?
That's the PlayStation.
They
dude.
have men boobs now.
No, I can't.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
The garbage bag dude.
Yeah,
I've
you
seen
always
that.
talk about this
I
garbage.
call them garbage bag dudes. You
I've
say know what I'm
seen this.
talking about. I call
I
them
didn't know
garbage
what
bag
to do
dudes.
with
They
it.
go
Exactly.
around, when she get rid of and tired of his butt, he packs that one garbage bag, even if he had to go in her cabinet and get a new one.
Yes.
And he put his stuff in there and he out.
But some women have been socialized to think because they're independent and they're running things, this is the type of man that they need because they have to control him. If you get a man
That's the key
and
word.
he has this leadership role, they have it in their mind, then they're going to be repressed. It does not mean that you're going to be repressed.
The key word is control. When we realize where we stand in our own lives, not even just relationships, who am I and what do I desire and what do I have to offer?
Right.
Those are the
Exactly.
questions we need to be waking up asking ourselves. We try to control the way people respond to us. We try to control the way people fit in. We try to control everything. And I'm talking about men and women. As
For
a
sure.
woman who thought independence was all the rave growing up, I grew up in a two-parent household. So I saw my mom was more dominant than my dad was, but he was the provider and the protector, but she was the fierce voice behind everything. So she didn't sit down for nobody. So I'm thinking, I ain't got to sit down for nobody. Little did I not know, nobody was raising their sons to meet me. So I had to take a step back and figure out what it is that I want to do. Where do I want to fit in my own relationships? And control is that big one that I'm looking at, because if I call someone and they don't answer, I'm trying to control that whole entire environment. It has nothing to do with me. So I have to check myself on that. But then I see that I'm aware and conscious of things, which is very scary because a lot of people aren't.
Right.
And see that,
That
yeah,
is very-
and see, that's
A lot of
very
people aren't.
important.
We're not
Yeah.
aware and
Come on,
conscious.
Vicina.
Yeah, that's very important.
Because I done seen and watched your posts and listened to you, and you will fire off.
Come on, let's go.
You will fire off.
No, I'm going to chime in on what she just said. Sometimes independent women, I mean, I was divorced, 2 children, left with the home, the mortgage. I mean, what was I supposed to do? Crawl up somewhere in a little hole and die. So, I mean, I had to, pull up my big girl panties and keep it moving. But at the same time, like she was saying, there has to be some balance. Because when you do meet somebody that's stepping up to the plate, you have to know how to take a step back.
And use your feminine energy.
You can't be the, that's not going to work. So there has to be some kind of balance. So all the boss women, all the boss
You better say it.
bees, I'm just going to say that because I don't know what we can say on air or whatever, but at the end of the day, every independent woman still wants somebody that's going to have her back.
Exactly.
You just do. You just do. I can be independent all day long, but okay, bro, I'm tired.
I think most of us
can we
become
have
independent because
can we get a little balance?
Don't have
somewhere?
another choice. But I think we get into it so strongly, like you said, we don't know when to step back. So it's when you don't have a choice, you're going to get it done.
I'm going to be independent. I'm going
But
to be
if
crying.
someone Sure,
because
I'm
you-
going to be crying doing it, but I'm independent, though.
If
But
someone
it's
comes along-
nice just to still have a balance, though.
Yeah.
Can you come in and meet a sister halfway? So, I'm still going to do it.
But exactly.
But,
But see, you guys recognize something that most independent women don't realize. There has to be that balance.
it has to be a balance.
Okay. Some women don't understand that.
That's true.
think you got
And that's
that?
the problem.
Because I know I got it by just channeling myself by being single. Like, let me learn me a little better.
Right.
And see, that's another step. If you don't know what you want or know yourself, then how are you ready to be in a relationship?
Great question.
And most people, men and women, are not ready for that because they don't know themselves. They just go from one relationship to the next relationship.
Looking for something
And it's
to
always
heal.
somebody else's fault, but they don't recognize what they've contributed to that, and they don't know themselves. So that's a problem.
I totally agree. I think that it's, for me, how I know that I'm ready to date is how self-aware I am, because when you're in a relationship and you spend so much time, sharing yourself with somebody, you can kind of become a different person. Sometimes you conform to what they like, who they are, and then when you break up, you got to wash yourself of that. You know what I mean? Like, how do I get rid of it? And if you're going from person to person, like you said, you're not. You're just adding more.
That's right.
That's what that's where that turn. Bag lady. That's what you turn into because you're just carrying around all this baggage that you just will not let go of. For me, I have to have a cleansing process. Sometimes for me, it takes 6 months to a year. People get frustrated with me, like, I want to date you. I'm like, okay, that's cool, but I know I'm not ready. I'm gonna hurt you.
A lot of people, especially men, do not take time out
At all.
and make a checklist.
And I'm happy you're saying that.
And make a check
checklist.
because I had to do it. I had to take time out and
But you're
say,
honest, though, Kasim.
what the hell is wrong with me?
Yeah, men
And you have to be
internalize.
honest with yourself.
I have to say that. And I have to sit up here, and I didn't went a year without dating or being with somebody because,
Yeah.
straight up year, almost 15 months
Wow.
without dating me because I still was not happy with me.
Yep.
How can I make somebody else happy if I'm not happy with me? So I had to do things to take care of me. Go back to school. Straighten out some things, personal things. Go to the gym, work. I want to, and I had to do all. You can't balance all of that and try to date a woman at the same time. It's impossible.
Okay,
I don't care who you are.
That goes back to that stability thing.
Yeah.
A man.
I was going to ask that.
That's interesting
How
that
did they
you just
feel
said
about
that.
a man being...
No, because I know for a fact, and I talk to a lot of men. I've been around a lot of men all my life. They don't think and talk and do and say what I say and do because they scared.
Okay.
They scared. They worried about things that ain't paying their bills
Yep.
or taking care of their kids or their family. I had to stop worrying about only me gonna take care of me and my son, period.
Right.
So I have to fix me, period. And I can go weeks and months, I'm happy. I'm smiling. Oh, yeah, I'll meet someone. Oh, I can't wait to meet somebody. But, until then, I'll see you at the gym.
Oh, exactly.
And a lot of men won't do that.
That's interesting that you just said it. I just put up a post earlier, and it says you need to learn how to heal from one person without needing another.
Exactly.
And a lot of times we don't. I mean, what was the old saying? The quickest way to get over somebody
Somebody
is
is get under somebody else.
That is
That's the
worst.
worst.
That has been
Worst
done.
thing
Listen, you
to
can't get none of
sit
that. I'm not
up
sharing.
and say.
I'm not sharing
No.
my
Yeah.
Kroger card with you.
No.
You can't get none of my salmon.
Okay.
You can't sit it. Listen, you can't. Look at them laugh. You can't handle none of my salmon,
Salmon.
bruh. No, because you listen. No, at this point in my life, it's time for me to get it right because what I've been doing ain't been working.
Ain't working.
Yeah.
Listen,
So it's let's
that.
try it the right way.
Yeah, it's a
That's what-
process.
Yeah, it's a process.
Everybody need to do
It's
that.
a process.
Everybody.
But
need
that's the initial step, though. Getting to know you and what works for you.
no, I totally agree. It's something about qualifying my people that has been my like I have self-talks all day long, loud, journal, whatever.
Yeah, we all do.
Every month, my theory
good.
changes, and this one is because I see me growing in so many different areas, and I know who I am. I'm very confident in who I am. So my new thing has been qualifying my people. Since I've learned me, now I have to know who I'm putting myself around, because either your blessings are gonna spill over me or your burdens.
Yeah.
So I'm so real with that. So understanding self first, and then you'll get in the room and say, I ain't going back in that room no more.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can't keep me in
Can't do
with
that.
such 10 minutes. I can't do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of us are so scared to let things go because we don't know there's something bigger on the other side of the door.
Well, yes,
And
that's
they're
all
Especially
we used to.
relationships.
That's all we know. Sometimes you don't. Yeah, you're used to being in toxic environments, and that's all you know. So
people, I mean, and too, people, a lot, especially men I know, they are so scared to be by themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't know what they're going to
They
do.
do not want to. They be like, I can see how you do it. I said, I do it. Period. Then they, oh, well, you got your son.
No,
That's
it's
not fair.
Do you think you know what that fear is about?
I,
I'm interested.
Right,
yeah.
they're afraid of the introspection because that scares them the most. But once you start the introspection process, I mean, you become fearless. I mean, you're able to do things you never thought you could do before. And just like I shared before, I have been to love coaches. I've done so much introspection, seminars, everything. Spent a ton of money. But each one that I've been to, it's like, okay, so what are you trying to accomplish? Do you know yourself? Are you over whatever you went through? You know, that's what they want to know, you know. And I got to a point where I even facilitated a course, and it was called Calling in the One. And I helped some ladies get over some issues that they had so they could clear their baggage and possibly find their man.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
See, and that's one of the things for me. I had to know that I even wanted something. Because being, like, different in a room, if you know what you want and it's not what everybody tell you should want, they're going to tell you don't want that. So for the longest, like, when I was younger, I didn't want to be married. I saw my parents' marriage, and they definitely did them part.
Right, you didn't
And
want that.
what they had was so toxic. I was like, I don't want that. So, but then people start saying, you do, you want to get married, blah, 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 you want to have kids. And then I'm like, well, maybe I do want that. Then I found myself being my mom, and I was like, something ain't right about this. Let me stop till I find out what I can give to a relationship to be successful. I ain't found it yet. No, so don't get me wrong, I ain't found it yet.
But that's okay.
I just knew in me that it was gonna, and it's been, I've been single for what I want to say forever, but that's because I can't sign up for stupid shit. I'm sorry, guys.
No, you can't. I mean, it's uncensored, so.
Okay,
Oh,
I'm like,
oh yeah. Yeah, that's right.
But I tell you, I can't sign up for nothing stupid. Like, if I decide that I'm gonna deal with you, even try to date you, and I say, okay, we can't take this 10 years, we can't take this 5 years, I'm not signing up for this. I can't commit to this. So I am comfortable with not committing to things that are not gonna serve me. I can tell this is not gonna serve me. So maybe it's me, maybe it's you, but I'm still gonna keep growing and working on me. But I don't know. I don't know what kind of men y'all used to, but me, I'm like, I don't know where y'all come from. But I want y'all to go back. I need a different environment or something. I don't know.
But you know what? Once you establish what your standards are, it's like certain men, they're just not attracted to you.
No.
It's like you're invisible to them. And that's a great thing.
Yeah, and I had a friend tell me, I'm gonna call her friend. You don't, like, she gets hit on all day long, and getting hit on all day long about, like, unwanted attention makes me uncomfortable, so I don't want that. You gotta smile more. So I'm like, no. You need to have a qualification to talk to me. So if you're scared to talk to me, I'm fine with that. If I seem a little too aggressive, because I'm not aggressive, but if I seem a little too aggressive in an outside setting, that's just me protecting me because I don't have a man protecting me. So me protecting myself, if it scares you off, I'm with it.
Somebody just said on my page that You know, you spoke of guys having the fear of being alone. Somebody responded and said that men and women are afraid to be alone.
I agree.
And I'm going to tell you this. Men are afraid of the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Men aren't afraid of approaching women. The conversation in society today is harsh. A lot of men are afraid to approach that. So the thing is, we debate about the battle with the sexes all the time, but it's a reason why a lot of men are not approaching particular type of women. The conversation of standards and particulars push people away on both sides of the line.
But
I have to listen. I have to listen to what all women have to say in all generations.
Mm-hmm.
This is not my generation. The women are being taught something different today at 25, 26, 27, going out into the world than they were taught in 1972, 1970, 1969. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, I can't just focus on what my generation is dealing with if I talk to a woman 10 years younger than me. If I talk to a woman 10 years older than me. Men are afraid to approach certain things today because everything comes back to money.
Okay.
Love is not being discussed anymore. And I talk to people 20 years younger than me. I got a daughter 25 years younger than me. I got a son in his 20s. So now my son is dating. And I listen to what my son is saying when he's dating. My daughter is dating. So I have to listen to what my daughter is saying what's going on out here. And then I have to pay attention to what my daughter was taught, what she's been exposed to, and because it ain't all about me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So in order for me to have this conversation with women of all ages, I have to listen. And then when I approach a woman, unfortunately, a lot of people might not like this, but being a gentleman today, a lot of people view that as a weakness.
That's true. We
You
need
know what I'm
some
saying?
hot boys. In some
Right.
cases, some women are very hard.
Listen,
And
men
some
have
hot
hurt.
boy summers?
Listen,
Yep.
men have
Listen,
men have
I
hurt
don't.
women. Men have hurt women by mistreating women for a lot of years. So the guys out here who are actually gentlemen, they're not being seen.
Oh, yeah.
What's being seen is the girl smoking blunts on live, the guy who talking, mess about the women. But the guy who's actually the gentleman doesn't always step to women because he's not trying to have all this, these various women. He's not trying to have all these different varieties of women. He'll sit back and wait on a woman that's not trying to be seen, and he approach her. So the good men aren't trying to be seen. They laying back and they doing what men do.
okay, but the question, if we go back to this. So if he's a good man and he doesn't approach a woman, is he really ready to date? Does he have the confidence to step up to the right
he's
woman?
He's not approaching multiple women.
Okay.
The guy that we're talking about is not necessarily, like for instance, I will promote publicly all day, like whether it's social media or whatever, that I don't date. I'm at every event, sitting somewhere with my arm around somebody. I'm treating somebody like they something. Somebody smiling.
But does that make you ready to date? That's what we're trying to clarify. What makes you ready to date? What qualities, determine if you are ready to date? So if you're just a good guy, if you're a gentleman, does that make you a good candidate for dating?
No.
No.
Just that quality
Because I know
only?
a lot of good guys with
the
no
good
confidence.
players, they good guys, but
You can be mannerable,
you can
but
be
then you can
mad.
still
You
be
can still be good guy, but you
Listen,
a
still
cheater.
It
Yeah, you're
doesn't-
right, and a liar, and a narcissist.
Yes,
Narcissists
that
look
is-
real good. They
Yes.
be smiling, nice teeth, beard.
Okay.
But you got to
They look
remember
real
that
good.
it's two sides of the line. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm having a conversation, sitting there having a conversation with 4 women,
Okay.
right?
You feel
So
like you outnumbered?
No.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, but
Are we
what I'm
ganging
saying
up
is-
on you?
No, but what I'm saying is the men perspective, I'm listening to the woman's perspective
Right.
on it. And we haven't said anything.
Y'all haven't.
So the perspective from the men's side of the line is, you know what I'm saying, when it comes down to it, men still have to approach their women. But we living in a day and time where women will approach men.
I sure will.
So wait a minute. Just because we're not a part of a particular, just because we're not a part of a particular action, doesn't mean that it's not happening. Women approach men today.
I approach men because
You know what I'm saying?
I don't let nothing that I want walk
Pass you
away.
by. That's
I
right.
don't.
That's right.
So I mean,
Okay,
and
but-
I'm respectful because I understand rejection, right? I'll approach you, and if you don't like me, that's fine. I get
Okay,
everybody ain't not
but
gonna like me.
when you approach him, after you approach him, do you fall back?
Yep.
Or
Yes,
do you
most
continue
definitely.
to pursue?
No,
Nope, fall back.
Okay,
I just
so
let 'em know
you
I'm
just show
interested.
interest.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. A lot of men are shy.
Yes.
You give them eye contact or do whatever to let him know you're interested, and then you're supposed to fall back. But there are women out here.
Oh, they will aggress and
Maybe
aggress.
what he's talking
Oh,
about.
yeah, I'm not gonna-
These women,
That's not me.
they are super aggressive, and I mean, they're like, "Look, I'm gonna take you out.
Oh, no.
I like you. Come to." You know, they're just controlling every
Everything.
aspect
I'm not
of the dating
controlling.
And that's
process.
not feminine.
I'm a smooth talker.
No, that's
though.
not.
I'm a smooth talker, so I'll
not.
say
Yeah.
something. This is probably gonna sound crazy, but I'll treat a man how I actually want to be treated. So I grew up watching TV thinking that the dating game was gonna be so full of lines and so much creativity. I'm an artist. I'm ready. Nobody ever comes to me with anything clever. You come to me with something clever, and you're drawing me in. So I'll always address something with something clever, say something real witty, make you laugh or something, and then see where that goes. If I'm interested, because I'm only interested in interesting people. So if I deem you interesting, I can't let you walk out that room at least without me making some type of contact. And if I'm not your cup of tea, I'm okay with that.
Good.
So
People don't have to agree.
Nope.
Y'all ladies, and y'all, what you said, she might not agree with.
true.
Okay. I had two more beautiful guests coming in.
Hello.
Hi.
You take a seat right here. You sit right there.
Okay, and then that chair over there in the corner.
We have a chair over here.
Yeah, there's a chair in the corner.
Oh, should I?
So we need to like move down maybe, and then she can get to that mic. Yeah.
Okay. Here, yeah.
So we'll just slide down.
You wanna-
Okay.
All right. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Okay, Sierra.
And you can slide down a bit.
Yep. Made nice and moderate. Thank you. Uh-oh.
Like right there, you got to the right. I think I ain't never been around this many ladies.
Okay.
Okay, can we
I
start
feel
with you?
privileged.
Can you introduce yourself?
Yes. You just want my name?
Yeah, and-
Jackie. I'm Jackie.
okay, do you have a podcast?
No, not at the moment.
Okay,
No.
okay,
want one,
okay.
though.
I want one. I do
You
want
have to
one.
talk to Randy when it's over.
Okay. We can get that started.
And you're
My name is Keonda Parker,
okay.
and I do not have a podcast.
Okay, okay. Okay,
You know
that's
what
cool.
the topic is, don't
And the
Yes.
topic.
you? Okay.
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 So
Well, y'all
Cliche
women-
was chiming in from the male perspective.
You don't count. How do we count
don't
for
know.
member? I'm not in
I
there.
was waiting for you to come.
I had to welcome my guests.
I know,
I've been calling ladies and begging, like, please come on, let's talk. And I got them here.
Well,
I
we're
really
happy
didn't
to have
think
you guys
Fazina was
here.
coming, though.
Oh, please.
I thought, I said, oh, she don't think this is some Jerry Springer shit.
Oh man, that's my.
Well,
show,
it
y'all.
can be.
That's your show?
It can be.
Right.
Yeah,
I need to come
believe
on.
you come on tonight if you
Yeah.
can.
But, you know,
We crazy.
where you live off at? Because I was trying to get them welcome. And
Well, he was just trying to give it from a male perspective, and he said that somebody had called in and they were trying to explain why men have this fear.
what
I
fear is
still
that?
didn't
A
understand
fear of like
being
approaching
alone.
us and
Being alone, yeah.
being alone.
and something along the lines of like they're not trying to date multiple.
Hey,
Yeah,
tell you,
good.
can I tell y'all one something?
That was not. We needed his perspective.
Can I
Okay,
tell you,
that was like
9 times out of
confusing.
10, when men approach y'all women, they on some bullshit.
Okay, I can agree.
Period.
I gotta show you.
It's
one.
straight physical.
Yeah.
But that's how men are.
And
Yeah.
that's how majority of the men out here are. And me and her, I was, you know, I had this big discussion with this person I was telling, like, when I first met her, I wasn't physically attracted to her.
I've been there.
And she felt like it was offensive. And even though I broke it down and explained it to her, how can I be physically attracted to you? I never touched you. when I look at a woman, I'm looking at her like, damn, can she be my wife? I just got to get to know her and see can we get along.
Right.
I don't start being physical attracted to her until.
But see, Kasim, you're the exception to the rule.
You sound like me in the room. In my room.
Okay, and I tell you this all the time. Most men don't think like. Well, you know, after they go on a date, they usually put you in a category.
Are they even going on a date? It's the first question.
But
who, men?
Some of these, yeah. It's a lot of them.
Yeah, but most of them, if they can, they will want to sleep with you the first.
Yeah,
meeting,
you
whatever that,
whatever
that meeting is.
I think that men put you in a category before you even go on a date.
Yeah,
like when before he even approaches you,
that's possible.
He already know what
possible.
Yes, he already know what he's trying to get.
Some tequila, couple of compliments.
I know men that they say if they not spending over $100 on a woman.
Yeah, and that's insane.
Yeah,
how are you gonna put a dollar value on that?
If she don't give out in these 3 dates, they done with her and they move on.
Yeah, and see that's
okay.
Because that's
now
all
see, this is a classic
beginning.
Person, whoever this person may be, who is not ready to date.
They're not.
That guy is very immature. Oh, yeah. So, ladies, if you get somebody like this, you don't want to date him. He's a waste of time.
Yeah, yeah.
It's rare. It's rare, and by me being at the barbershop, it's rare that I talk to a man, and I talk to a lot of men. It's only a handful of them that want to date for a purpose.
But you said something earlier.
They strictly want a wife.
Every time I hear a man that says exactly what you said, I see them get married, which was they took time out for them. When I see a man that says that he like cut everything off and he just focused and he wanted to, they find them a wife. That's why I don't hunt for a marriage, because most of the men I date or even come in contact with aren't even ready for marriage. They're just ready for situations and let's figure out what's going to happen in 10 years. Like, no.
Yeah.
But men with purpose, which are men that will be leaders, are normally the men that take their time and figure themselves out.
And they know what they want.
And a lot of men don't think they never do anything wrong.
A lot of them.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
They think cheating is okay. As long as she don't know.
Yeah.
They do.
They really do. How is it okay? Because you know that you cheating. You know that you ain't shit.
That's
how is it okay if I know I'm wrong?
That's how society is, though. They put it out there. It's in all the songs, everything around you, even the TV shows you watching. Society make you think that it's okay, that's the thing to do, that it's the norm.
But that's not acceptable.
It's not acceptable.
When I called her about the topic, she said her and her girls already been talking about it.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
It's been an ongoing discussion.
Everybody's sitting around some kitchen table or another, trying to figure it out. That's why we started this. Remember?
Yep.
Yeah.
Me and her talked for days. We was at the gym talking.
Yeah.
And I kept telling, because I was doing other podcast shows. I was like, I need a co-host. I want to do these shows. I want to talk about it because a lot of women don't know how I feel about meeting somebody, about dating. Soon as I meet a woman, she already think that I ain't shit.
Wow.
Really?
Just based on how he
rip.
looks.
Maybe it's your beard.
Man.
I don't know if seen her.
I'm just
I'm telling Kevin Collins on you.
the beards are in. The beards keep the
No,
beards
but
are in.
I get this a lot. And
they tell you
then
to your
once
face,
they
don't
finally
they?
get, yes, they
You
do
ain't.
tell
You
me.
probably ain't shit.
They tell me this to my face.
man.
I have been going through this for years. And then when they finally get to know me and see how down to earth I am, they run.
Ooh, that's
Because
the
they're
Because the
scared.
perception was off.
scared.
Yeah.
They're
They would.
scared.
Yeah.
That's I'm
Then
like,
Imagine
I
being
go
that
through that a
far
lot.
off.
Well,
You know, and then be like, oh, that was
She
really
know.
wrong.
And they're not ready for a relationship. What do I tell you all the time? The ladies that you're meeting are not ready
Where are you
for
meeting
a
them at,
relationship.
though?
Yeah.
Everywhere.
I must say that probably don't even
It
matter
was
because
everywhere.
A lot,
Dating
It's
sites.
unbelievable.
I'm everybody's
Wherever
best friend.
when I meet them, I get them all the attention. I get them all the conversation. I answer all of their questions. I say don't never stop answering. When a man don't want to answer y'all questions, run.
That's a very good reason why.
What's wrong
That's
with
good.
answering the woman questions?
Right.
right.
A lot
Run
of
I'm
from her.
so glad you
a
said
lot of
that.
times, a lot of women though want someone there. Whatever their void they're trying to fill, whatever hurt they're trying to mend or patch up. A lot of times, women are just like, I just need somebody. So again, when we're not taking time for ourselves,
Those are called
to-
pick-me women.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
they're
so-
desperate.
You know what I try to tell men, and I try to tell them, listen, women have been damaged enough by us. it's my if I start going out, if I start trying to pursue Facina, it's my job to break the virus, to let her know all men ain't liars. Mm-hmm. We really want something. Even if it don't work out, we can become the best of friends.
I want to
and they got to be settled with that. And men don't want to be settled with that if they can't sleep with you.
I want to piggyback off that. I agree. I agree, but also I think it's the woman's job too. Like, you shouldn't have to go proving anything to her. If she took the time out to fix herself before she jumped into another relationship, you wouldn't have to do that. And
sometimes they do go a little far.
And that's the problem.
And I have to back off.
Yeah, that's the
because I was like, okay, she damaged.
Yeah, she damaged, and she not taking the time. So, but going back to the topic, are you ready to date? A lot of women are not ready to date, and I'll just use my example, right? I used to be married, and when I got divorced, I was very damaged, and I took time out for myself. It's been 3 years, celibacy, giving myself over to Christ, really figuring out what I like and what I want to do with my life. And now I can wholeheartedly say that I'm ready. Like, I'm ready to be married. I'm ready for a husband. I'm ready to jump back in. And I can identify those red flags without an issue. Like, before, I think I was in a space where I saw them, but I really didn't pay attention. I'm like, okay, whatever. We can get past it. Like, we can make it work. And then when you get damaged, you do get in that space where all men ain't nothing. You know, you get in that space and you don't trust anybody. And what a lot of women do is they just jump right back into something else. They're like, well, I'm lonely, so let me just find somebody. I just need somebody there. And so when you do that, then you get a good man that wants to pursue you, and you don't know how to act.
Right.
And so now, what's the catch? I know it's something about you. You lying.
Oh, I done dealt with a lot of that.
So that's the problem. They're not really ready to date.
Oh,
they're not
I
ready.
tell them that all the time.
A lot of times, sex is that big factor too, where everybody's just trying to sleep with everybody.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't
You
have
can weed 'em out like
women.
that, too.
Yeah,
Tell
I
'em
didn't
you don't
have
wanna have
women.
sex till
I didn't have
marriage,
women
they'll
ask,
disappear.
was I gay?
I was about to say, see, this is what damaged me young. I just met the same type of man every single time. And when I would tell my friends what we would do and how they would treat me, my friends would convince me, like, oh, they must be gay. I know you sleep with, I'm like, no, I'm chilling. We went out. I'm not sleeping with such and such. Oh, no, they must be gay. So I'm thinking, like, well, damn, is it? And to this day, I'll tell you, because my friends always said the men I like are lame or gay. And I'm like, well, I love lame and gay then. I don't know what to tell you. Because if it treats me right, then, and I like the feeling, then I don't see what's the problem. But as a young woman getting that put in my head, I'm starting to believe things I don't even realize I'm believing.
Right.
Like you said, women, if you're not trying to sleep with me on the first day, I'm like, are you gay? And that's so offensive because that's a standard that's low, that you're not realizing how low your own standards are as a woman when you're thinking a man is gay because he's not trying to sleep with you.
Yeah.
Like, why is he even talking? I got gay friends galore. So I'm like, I know better.
Right.
My gay male, of course they're not trying to sleep with me. They're gay. Right. Why is a man that's pursuing me gay?
Right.
Why he got to be gay? Because he's pursuing me and he wants to get to know me.
Why can't he just be your
wants
friend?
A family.
Right.
But
That's
see,
good.
this is what he gets.
Yeah.
Okay.
I understand.
So a woman tells him, hey, he tells them he's not attracted to them, right? Then they assume he's gay. Then they come on him. Then it's like, oh, you're being too aggressive. That's all you want to do is sleep with me. So it's like, it's
The mind
confusing.
games.
What is it? When they play that game, they're not ready.
They're not ready. Yeah. Truly.
A woman who is ready, she'll explain to him, hey, listen, I'm not ready to do that. I want to get to know you a little bit better. I want to see if this is right for me before I commit myself to you. And you guys should have some type of commitment there. It shouldn't be just some casual sex.
Yeah.
I mean, that's ridiculous.
Do you guys think that people, I feel like a lot of people don't know how to effectively communicate, and they want to play this guessing game based off of society standards, television, movies, because I'm going to tell you the truth regardless. But I get a lot of flack for it because it's like, if I don't, like you said, if I don't like you, I don't like you. I'm not going to play with you. I'm not going to play with your heart. I'm going to let you know. I am very, I love people, though.
And I love having friends.
That way.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I got 4 of the best women friends that I never thought I had in my life. Okay. And we talk about everything all the time. And they be just like, wow, and they listen and believe in me because they know 100% that I'm a man.
I feel like you're the me out of my friendships.
Yeah, and because I would, Casey, I would say something even if I know it's going to embarrass me. I don't care. She has to know these things from me to know that I'm telling the truth.
Right. No,
And a lot of men don't want to do that.
A lot of people don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Like, I deal with a lot of men as far as, like, even if I'm attracted to a man, I'll end up being his best friend real quick because he'll be like, you're so different and you get it. But then you're still trying to date. Problems. So now I'm friends. I get friend zoned all the time. I'm like, all right, I'm used to it. Because if it's not toxic, if it's not problematic, a lot of people don't want it because what's problematic and toxic, they think it's going to magically disappear.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're going to keep going.
So
We
they're
changing phone
delusional
numbers,
and
we
they're
taking-
not ready for a
we
relationship.
adding pages together
already.
Yeah.
No, you
Already.
definitely
I
own it.
want to ask these ladies something. When y'all meet a gentleman, maybe if he's a gentleman, in that first 20-minute conversation, y'all hear something that y'all don't like. Do y'all get rid of him, or y'all just let the conversation flow out? Something that y'all want to say.
What that something is. Is it
I
a
don't know
deal
what it
breaker?
is. Yeah.
If it's one of my deal breakers, he's gone.
Yeah.
You know that. He's out of there. Blocked and deleted.
That's block, delete,
Black,
BD. BD.
That's
she
it.
loves saying BD.
Yeah.
I can cover this for both sides. I have a profile in my phone called Carl. Because Carl, he said to me, like, something about when he saw me, he was going to physically attack me. Like, oh, I'm going to smack you when I see you. I said, Carl, you say something else like that.
See?
And I'm going to block you.
See?
And he did. And so I had to block him. And anybody else that does anything like that
Wow.
gets under Carl. So I don't know who trying to get at me. Y'all all blocked under the same profile. I don't know which number from which. I don't play that.
This is
You
why
cannot
when
talk
I
to
meet
me any
women, I'm
kind of
not
way.
physically attracted to them.
You cannot
I'm
talk
not.
to me any kind of way. I cannot have it.
Yeah.
I'm protecting me out here.
Right.
You're not just gonna tell me what. No. I had a guy insult me. I'll tell you this quick. He said, "Are you gonna come bring your flat booty to my pool party in a one piece?" So I said, because I wasn't offended.
He said that to you?
He said this to me. And look at your faces did something mine didn't do. I'm
Right.
ready. So I came back
And he
with.
doesn't know.
He knows
That's
me, but
unacceptable.
not like we're not dating or anything.
that's
So
unacceptable.
my
Still
response
unacceptable. It's
was,
horrible.
no, I'm gonna wait until I buy my big booty and I'm gonna come in a 2-piece. And he's like, well, if it's not on real, I don't want it. I said, well, you can't insult me and then think I'm gonna feel like I'm welcome to your party. Oh, I was just joking. See, we don't do that. You don't get to joke with me like that.
You
'cause
can't joke with no
especially
woman
if
like that from the beginning.
Right.
and it wasn't
You
funny.
can't joke. Yeah,
I'm like,
like
you
it
didn't have
wasn't
an
funny.
audience. If you had an
Just
audience
don't
and it
have
landed with me, then maybe.
decorum. Like,
But
what are you
friends
talking?
for
Get them
years
talk.
and y'all was friends and y'all weren't trying to date.
We've
and y'all-
known
and
each
y'all
other,
had a relationship
but
where y'all joke with each
the
other.
thing
like,
is,
yeah.
our relationship isn't even like we're dating, but the thing is, it's like you like me, I don't like you, but you're speaking to me on different things that I do because I have different. So we're just having a casual conversation. That's not how you invite me anywhere. I'm not
Sounded
going.
very
That's
narcissistic.
I'm not
And
going.
that was
But
a-
you're
a
not
sign
ready,
right
and
away.
it turned into me being accused of any and every. Oh, you're insecure, but I'm not. I know everything on my body
That
up
was
and down.
narcissism.
I know what I like and what I don't like, and what you and everybody else may not like, because you wouldn't be able to have said that and complimented my breasts at the same time, and I felt the same way. I'd be like, nope, I'm getting a reduction, and then I'll be there. I said, you could have just said I'm beautiful. That's it.
So
Compliment me.
if a man insults you within that first
That was
20
the
minutes,
straightest.
he's
That's
out
what
of there.
Because
He's
that's
outta
letting
there.
you know he's
Yeah.
trying to
Yes.
knock you down several levels. So
Exactly.
because he probably
Y'all
feels
should-
some type of way.
and you know what, too?
I was like,
A lot of women accept that just because they need
I don't
some
need
attention.
no attention. Ooh, I don't need no
Yeah.
attention.
And then once you sit up here and sleep with this dude, he gonna do whatever he want to do.
Right, he gonna keep walking
Just
all
because
over
you need
you.
that attention, a lot of people need to learn how to be happy alone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, they do.
I agree.
They really
If you're
do.
happy with
add on to
yourself,
what
then you can be happy with
said,
other people.
Oftentimes, women will, we're nurturers, we're caregivers, we're fixers. So we tend to date potential.
Yes.
No good.
Plenty
Date
of times.
potential. We date
No good.
potential. So a lot of times we will look past red flags. Oh, there may be little small red flags, and because we think over time we can fix them.
You
We
know,
do. We
You
do. We
can't.
think we can
you know
there's
what?
no
You know what's
fixing a
messed
man.
up
There's no
because
fixing
so many of y'all women are way much stronger than men. And y'all deal with so many bullshit men. Then when you finally get one that you like, I can really help this dude, you can't. Because so many men messed it up before him.
Exactly.
So many men messed it up before him. And this might be the one where he really, like, this dude hard working, he just can't get over the hump. Because we all know the black man out here, he catches it everything the worst. He has it the hardest. And a good woman can come and lift him up
I agree.
quickly. But a lot of men don't know how to accept that.
That's very true. That's very true.
That be them garbage bag boys.
Right, but when you help them, the average man, when you help him, then he resents you. He secretly resents you. And he will do things to show you that he resents you, like cheat on you and lie to you and all these other negative things.
Instead of appreciate
so that's why you
He's
cannot
gonna-
do that.
I think there's a process, right? And I think this is something that we have talked about multiple times. You cannot just jump into a relationship with somebody you do not know. So when you see that guy, he might have potential, and you might want to help him, but why don't you help him being his friend? And then you work on your friendship, and then you grow into something else, and now you can date, and now you can go here and, build on those things. But, you're going to run into issues when you just jump into stuff, and when you just like, I can help him. All right, let's be together. Let me help you get a job. Let me help you do this. Like, start off being friends first, and I think that's just where a lot of people mess up.
I think a lot of men don't know how to be friends with a woman.
We don't either. We don't know how to do it either. Like, it's a learning process. I
And
never
see,
knew how to be friends with
when
a
I
guy.
meet a woman
Never.
and she know, I don't care what it is, I tell it.
Me too.
I talk about my past, I talk about where I'm at, I brag about who I am today.
Me too.
What I've been through and came from, and definitely being a single father raising an autism son by myself. And these women I meet don't understand what my dedication is to life. What my dedication is to having a wife, having a family. That's why I date for a purpose, period. They don't understand that. And they try to play along with it. It don't never work out.
It doesn't work out.
It don't never work out.
But that's so important, though, because, and that goes back to what I started saying with levels. You know what I mean? Like, just like you said, you find that people don't respect, what you've gone through and what your day-to-day grind is. So, and back to what you were also saying, that don't just jump into a relationship. Be friends with that person so you understand what you're getting into. You understand that person. Right. And people miss out on that very fun part. That, to me, that's fun. Yeah. Understanding and learning a person, knowing the ins and outs and stuff like that. You miss out on that because you jump into bed. You just want to go look cute out in the street, so you take, pictures and stuff for social media. You go out and you do all these dates and stuff like that, but then you miss the wealth of the person that you're trying to be with. Okay, absolutely. And then you just you take so much away from falling in love with somebody. Yeah. And that is a sign that you are not ready to date because you have to want to know a person. You have to.
It takes time, and you need to get to know yourself. Like you said, a lot of times we're afraid.
Talking to the microphone, please.
A lot of times we're afraid to spend time with ourselves.
Yeah.
Set your standards. And like she said, be friends with somebody first. You sleep with somebody, and oftentimes sex will make you stupid.
Yes, it will.
Good sex will make you just stupid. Stupid. You just
dumb on
lost your mind.
You know you dumb.
Just know you doing.
I know you dumb.
But you don't have to tell me.
I was over there yesterday.
Make you
Thank my
just
God for being my
dumb.
God, 'cause
And
he
then
put me to
later
sleep
on
every
down the
night.
line, you figured out like, wow, we don't even have the same morals.
No.
We're not even compatible
At all.
I
And
like
then he's
I like to go
coming
to
over
church.
every
He
night
don't
at
like to go
12.
to church.
You went with me one time.
I like to travel. He like I mean just all
Every
things.
time he call you is after 12.
It's after 12.
a
Or
booty call.
that's a red flag. Just like
I mean,
little
he stay to
simple
6.
things, just like goals and just things you want to do down the line. You don't even want to do that, but he laid the pipe good, and you lost your mind.
Okay, now let's talk about that.
Yeah.
So how quickly should you do that?
How quickly?
Yeah, how quickly? Like some people, they're like, well, The soonest I'm going to have sex with somebody is like 3 months. We have to be dating for 3 months.
The
4 months.
90-day rule.
That's right. Because
That don't work no more.
I don't have it.
whatever.
I don't think it, because some
No.
guys are
Depends
real
on the
good at
individual.
waiting, and they'll fill the time for somebody else.
Yeah, and if you fill the time with somebody else, that's fine. That's fine. Because I'm getting to know you. We're making that connection. He's doing a booty call with somebody else. So, it
So
is
how
what
long
it
should
is.
we
I've
wait?
seen that
not.
happen
Absolutely
to
not.
a marriage, though.
Yeah.
I've seen a
Absolutely.
situation where,
Yeah.
you know, her mindset was, we're 30-something. Everybody's got somebody that they're going to. But they ended up falling in love with each other and getting married. Like, he was currently dating somebody else. It wasn't, you know, a whole lot exclusive, but it didn't work for that girl, but it worked for this one. It's real picky because, like me, I've been single for a very long time. So, but I ain't been sexless. Like, when people sex and single ain't the same thing because I didn't want a relationship and I wasn't dating with a purpose. But now, look, 17-day celibacy. No, I'm just God be making me go to bed. I'll be like, should I go?
Next thing you know, you wake up and like, no, you know
I'm
what?
tired, but I want to get up. No, because you're about to have a purpose, so sis. But I mean, we all gotta have our personal journeys. Like I know what I'm doing. I got a lot of friends, male and female, and I listen to it, and I had a family dynamic beyond just my parents.
You need to start listening to me.
I mean, man, I'll listen.
Tell her, Pastor.
I'll listen, but because that's my thing. I mean, I will. I don't know. I haven't thought about now, like, what's a new limit on sex? Because I never had, like, a 90-day rule because I wasn't trying to be your whatever anyway. But I didn't have, like, a first-date rule either. It's just, like, did it click? Did we connect? How do I like them?
Yeah.
Boom.
But that 90-day rule can be like a guideline because let's say that if you're dating someone, you guys should be dating a minimum of 3 to 4 times a week. If you're seeing a person...
Say that one more time.
You should be dating that person or seeing that person 3 to 4 times a week if you guys are serious.
If you're serious.
I was about to say,
And let me say this too. This should be a deal breaker for everybody. Unless that man is working or he's in the hospital or the woman or whatever, date night is officially Saturday night.
Say that again.
Saturday night is date night. So if you're
Say
not
that
the
again.
one that you think you're with or who you're dating, you're really not dating him or her.
Saturday night.
If you're not
Saturday night.
dating on Saturday night,
That's right. Saturday night, unless he's working or, things come up. Yeah,
yeah, because what
exactly.
you doing on the weekend?
Right, with somebody else.
Okay.
There you
And
go.
see, a lot of folks, they're never available on Friday or Saturday
You're right.
That's very
because
I'm the
they're
only
with
one
somebody
available?
else. Okay, that's a red flag. That person is not
You're
ready
getting
to be in a
getting
relationship.
fit and they're fitting you into the rotation.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
Yeah, and that's a problem.
That is a problem.
That's a problem.
I've been in rotations.
I actually.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say,
Oh,
You gotta set your
I can't
standards.
No,
even tell you that
seriously.
you were lying.
Seriously.
seriously. Yeah, no.
I have been in rotations. She know I have been in rotations.
Yeah.
Back in my early 20s,
Well, I guess
I
we
had
all
a
probably
Monday
been
through
in
Thursday.
I was
already
willingly.
So I can't even be mad at
I'm
her.
not.
She said, no, we were together Monday
You
through
probably got
Thursday.
out of them, but I'm saying,
We came by
along
sister,
the
but
way,
we
somebody
literally-
has, I mean, I'm sure you
We weren't
broken up
together,
with
but
somebody.
we saw each other Monday through Thursday.
No, my
That was
process
us.
is totally
Yeah.
different.
Yeah,
And I-
she been
it's
married for a
called the
long
ca-
time.
and
She
I-
only been
yeah.
divorced.
And
for a while.
and then I have what my process is called the
I had to
KC
speed
option.
her up. Yeah, I
Yeah,
had
it's
to
called
speed
the
her
KC.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called the KC option. So I have
Yeah.
a whole different method of dating. And
Tell
it's a
'em.
little different.
Tell them, school them.
How long have you been divorced?
School them on the
I've
KC
been divorced
option.
since 2010.
Okay. So,
Oh, you've been divorced just as long as me.
yeah. Okay,
That's
so
how I met you at my ties.
my process
y'all on
is there should be 3 people. Well, first of all, you have to learn how to filter properly. So then that's what you have to do, all this introspection and everything. So you have to filter properly. Okay, and then you narrow it down to like 3 people. And from those 3 people, then you start filtering. You go through the second process of filtering. Okay, until you find the one that you want to be exclusive with. Now, you guys are dating. You're not sleeping with these people. Right. Okay, because that's called something else.
Right.
That begins
You
with
gotta
an
look
S.
at me. No, just kidding. I'm just kidding.
That's called something else.
Listen.
Okay. But you're getting to know these people and to see if you guys, if your lifestyles are compatible. And all the other things that you guys said you miss when you have sex prematurely. Right. Okay? And then you narrow it down and you guys have a conversation. You have to have a conversation. You cannot do an assumption about if we're exclusive or not. And once you have that conversation with that one person, then everybody else is like, see you later. I'm going to just focus on this and see where this goes. And then when you're exclusive with that person, you're probably going to have sex with that person. You know, but that's the process.
She's looking at me again, y'all.
No, that's not usually how it goes, though.
That's usually how it goes. Don't do that. No. Whoever shows interest in them, that's who they latch on to, and then they're giving sex to him because he's giving you a little attention.
A little, and he don't even have all the qualities. All the qualities on the checklist. Yeah, like you said.
He's just a man. He came with a penis. You like
right. That's it.
You know, how
low your qualifications were. You're like, shit, got it.
You cannot be a dust bunny.
You can't do that.
No, you have to. You can't be a dust bunny. You have to be an empowered woman.
Right.
Yeah, a dust bunny.
I love it.
They dust bunnies.
I feel you.
I can't go with this. My mind upset processed. It was like, oh, I get it. Got it.
Well, no, yeah, we're too old to be dust bunnies.
Yeah. I mean, who wants to play the game? Yeah. And another thing, you have to be honest with people about what you do. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You don't lie to anybody. You're honest with them.
Stop being
so if you're celibate, do you bring that up at the beginning of the date? This was on Steve Harvey. If you're celibate, do you bring that up at the beginning of the date, or do you wait until he asks? Because Steve Harvey said that they gonna ask. So do you?
Well, you know
listen,
what? I haven't had anybody.
Do you wait until they try and get some, and you be like?
But here's my thing.
Or when we at dinner. Well, you know I'm celibate. I mean, when do you?
You know what?
I think
what's messed up?
I think it works itself.
Randy got something to say.
Oh, go.
No, I'm just wondering, are you allergic to microphones?
Whoa.
No, I'm right here.
Now?
Really?
You keep talking past it.
Okay, well, let me get right here.
That means she got to move around when she talks.
Okay, I think that's what it is.
You know what's messed up? Anytime y'all went and meet a man, sex shouldn't even come out his mouth.
Yeah, that shouldn't be the first thing they say.
If sex come out his mouth, he don't want a relationship.
I've been meeting the wrong man, y'all.
Yeah, because you know what? That lets you know
because
what
when
his
I meet
focus
women,
is on.
whoever I meet, I'm trying to have fun. I want to have fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Period. If she decides to give herself to me later on, then that moves in a different direction. I just want to have fun. I just want to be in peace all the time, because what I'm dealing with on the other side of the world, I need this peace to go to her with. And that's all I need. That's all I want. And I don't get that.
Wow. But you know what just listening to you.
And everybody need that. Every woman, every
do.
man need that kind of, they need to know what their peace is.
And I was just about to touch on that, because it made me think that some men aren't looking for a woman to be their peace, because they've had so many women that have not been their peace. So a lot of men go and they'll drink. They go hang out with the fellas. They go play the game. They go to the bar. They do whatever else they can to find peace.
Stop messing with men that hang with a bunch of dudes.
Yeah, I can't stand
people
that.
need to be their own peace. I can't be your peace.
People need to be their
own peace. Yeah.
All I wanted to ever do was add value to whatever situation I was in. Yeah. I had to find my own peace, and that made me have to.
Then you start pouring from an empty cup. Ooh. All that, be his peace. No, bro, you got to be your own peace.
Yeah,
because I have to be mine too. Yep. Yeah, you need to come into relationships as a whole.
You do.
Yeah, I can't be your peace. You came here on your own. You're gonna leave on your own. You have to be your own peace.
Because sometimes I have a rough day. You know, some days I have rough days.
Don't disturb his peace.
Yeah, because I could have been
and don't disturb mine, but
in the hospital with my son for 4 days. I don't tell 5-star. I come on. She don't even know what just happened to me in the hospital with my son with seizure. I come on. I just want to just talk.
Right.
I just want to do something and don't let nobody know what I just went through. And my women friends, who I thought, that's why they my best women friends, you know, with the addition of 5-star, like, because she don't even know what I've been through that day, because I won't tell her. But just by me and her talking, she bring me the peace that I need. because we all have to deal with what we deal with throughout the day, period. I don't care if it's bills, job, bettering ourselves. And she know every time I look up, I'm trying to better myself. And I only finally got the time now because I finally completed my son. So now it's time for Kasim. And I meet women when they think, and I tell them all this, they look at me like I'm a joke. They like.
But that goes back to them being not ready. They not
Yeah.
ready.
But and then they've been disturbed by so many horrible men.
But that's not your problem.
Right.
Right.
Not at all.
But it becomes my problem.
No, you feel
No, it doesn't.
No,
You
no.
get
don't?
rid of
Filter
them.
problem.
Yeah, you gotta let.
They
Like
have
she
to
said, you
get
go
that.
to your filter.
They have
Once
to
you
get
see
that.
those
The
person
person
like,
like,
yep,
yep,
her,
her.
you
Nope.
keep it moving.
Put Carl in your phone
Nope.
and block them. Like
Exactly.
I do.
You have to
Name
do that.
like
Block
contact
delete.
Carl.
You
Block
should never
delete.
have to
Yeah.
sit
Block
up and
contact.
keep proving to somebody
Nope.
you're a good man. It's not.
Yeah, no, you don't. That's exhausting.
Right. If you did something wrong, that's different, and you're trying to fix it. But you can't come in fixing somebody else's problem. You know,
It's
somebody,
funny too
what they did
because
in the past.
you know what? I've been dating since I've been divorced in 2010. I never did nothing wrong. I told her, and I know she probably didn't believe me at the beginning, but I always had to get rid of someone,
Because they.
or they disappear. They did the Houdini.
They ghosted
You know,
you.
they get ghosts.
That's the term.
Hey,
Damn,
I
these
got
people wear
ghosts a
pretty
lot.
clothes.
Oh, no.
I got ghosts a lot.
Damn,
you
those
know,
people wear real pretty clothes. So you
But
Oh,
see,
maybe
we
the best.
just established what that was all about.
yeah, we did.
Okay, so they have fear of commitment.
Okay.
Or they don't want to deal with the fact, or they think that his son is going to be a problem or a burden to them.
Yes.
And they don't know how to tell him that.
Okay.
I have another friend that's going through the same thing. He has children that are autistic, and he said the same thing. I think he just recently actually got a divorce. Worked out good. Thought it was working out good, but just couldn't. I mean, when it came to the son, and that's a lot to deal with. Regular kids are a lot to deal with, and then you add on you know,
Want us to do that?
something. Yeah. So
But I think too, that goes back to like you as a person, right? What your morals is, what you believe in, right? Like I believe in God, and I know that if I serve Christ and I do what I'm supposed to do, in
You know what?
Oh, sorry. I don't wanna-
Go ahead.
No,
Go ahead and
wait.
finish.
So
Because I
that-
want to cut you off so bad, but I'm
I know,
not. But go ahead and finish.
Let me finish. So what I mean by that is that when I decided to focus on myself and fix myself, God became my rock, like my foundation to stand on. So everything that I do goes back to Him. Even if I date somebody, I'm like, God, if this not it, take it away.
Okay.
I don't even care why you disappeared because
That's why I
you're
keep
not for
falling
me.
asleep.
Right.
I pray all the time, God, if this not it, take
too.
it.
Take it.
So so depending on what your faith is, you got to become strong in your faith, and you got to say, God, I give this to you,
Okay.
and you will bring me the woman that's going to love not only me but my child.
as well.
And then He'll start to filter out all that foolishness and all that other stuff, and before you
Opening
know
your
it,
eyes.
that woman will come along, and you don't even know where she came from. You be like, where this? But that's just how God works. He waits for you to get rid of all that foolishness and focus only on Him and commit yourself to Him. With my beliefs, right? I don't know, everybody got different beliefs, but my beliefs is when you get yourself right with Christ and you get on the right page and you're doing what you're supposed to be doing and you following Him and giving everything to Him, she'll come along.
But you know why? When I meet women and I date women and I know it ain't gonna work
why?
because I'm the only one talking about God. I'm the only one talking about praying.
Yeah.
I'm the only one talking about He.
And
the
that
only
ain't gonna
one
work.
that
I
have
mentioned
my
that
back.
earlier. That's
definitely
what I'm
not gonna
saying.
And
Yeah, I'm
help
talking
me
about
get
going to
through what I
Bible
get
study.
with.
You don't want to go to Bible study or
Yeah,
just
that's
whatever. Not
But
saying
just-
I'm just the most holiest person, but
You got to
I
have
mean,
a
you got to have a
foundation.
foundation.
But
of just-
even when I sit up and say every single Sunday, I watch Joel Osteen at 7:30.
I watch Sarah Jake every
I don't miss him. And I get enough of him in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And I never hear these women say anything,
Anything about
what God done for them.
Listen.
Wow.
I never
they
hear
go
them
to
say
Those
that.
aren't the
Do they
ones
say they
for
go to
you.
church?
That's how you know it ain't gonna
But
Those aren't the ones for
Yeah,
you.
those
But
that you that's not
let me just say this. Okay, not everybody is a Christian. You can
Right,
be a
right.
Buddhist. You can be anything. You can meet a woman like that. As long as she believes that there is one God, that may be acceptable. And as long as she believes that she's guided by that.
But what
You
if
know
you
what I'm
don't?
saying?
What if you don't never hear them say anything?
No, you-
I'm not talking about me.
you want
but
them
me,
to believe what you
y'all
believe,
talk to women.
otherwise it's
Y'all
not gonna
talk to
work.
men,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you don't hear these men talk about
Nope.
Well,
their
you know
spiritual beliefs.
Well, you know what? But see, if they don't talk about it, it's the woman's job. This is a part of the filtering process. You've got to ask the right questions. What's your faith? What do you believe in?
Yeah,
And
when's
it
the last
has to
time
be
you
right.
prayed? Can we
And it has
pray
to be
together?
similar to mine.
Can you cover me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know
we
what I'm
cover
saying?
each other.
You have to ask the
She said
right
cover.
questions.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Doing
Yeah.
things right this last
These
time.
are-
You gotta
no,
get it
those are
right.
I'm
big.
not
Yeah.
saying that the guy got to be a hardcore Christian, because
Yeah.
we know that those ones, they not right either.
Right. No.
But you got to have some type of foundation. You have to
Yeah,
believe in
spiritual
Lord
foundation.
Jesus Christ. Now, for me, you have to believe in God. Like you can't not be a Buddhist.
Yeah.
You
Muslim
cannot be
and
none of that. You have to believe in
Five
the same
percenters
God that
and-
I believe in.
It's a lot of 5%.
Now, where
It's a
you
lot
at
of
in your
them, yeah.
walk may be different. However, if you can cover me and you can pray, or you want to know how to pray, or you want to get
Because
close
one
to
day
God,
I'm gonna need you to pray
I'm
for
gonna
me.
need you
Come
to
on
pray
now.
for me.
Because
and
I'm
pray
also
for our
not about to
family.
disciple you.
Yes,
Right.
I'm not
Time
about to
for
save
that.
you.
Yeah.
I'm not saving you.
Yeah.
I need you to come already saved.
My
Because
Jesus.
been there, done that, and that does not work. That goes back to what you were saying, how we try to fix them. Like,
Yeah.
oh, Lord,
Fixers.
I can save him.
Olivia Pope.
Yeah.
I can bring him
Sorry.
to you, Christ. Like, we gonna be together. It's gonna work.
And you know what's sad about that? Because y'all can fix a lot of us.
Could. Yeah.
Good.
But not
But
romantically.
the men- no.
No.
But the men are not ready to receive it
So
because
we
they're
can't
not
fix
right.
you.
No,
You're not ready to
no.
They need
No,
to
no.
fix
You don't think so?
themselves.
Yeah, you cannot. No.
I can't be
That's
romantic.
what
with
we
anybody
did.
like
Then
that.
it's
You don't
tiring.
think when
No.
if I meet somebody, you don't think we can better each other?
Well, better
Yes.
is one
That's
thing.
different than
That's
fix.
That's
You
not something
add
to
to
fix.
what I
That's
already
value,
have. We're
adding.
supposed to add to each other's
Yeah.
pie.
Right.
Because I'm not.
I cannot
You need
fix
to be
you,
an asset,
and
not
you
liability.
You
cannot
can't be a
fix
fraction
me.
now.
You got to be
Yeah.
ready because we're gonna use a car analogy. If a car is on 8 Mile, how can I fix it if I'm here?
Yeah.
So if you're not ready to receive, I can't fix you.
That's a good analogy.
So the thing about it is, like I said, if I'm in a situation, one of the things I told myself is I want to be able to add value. I don't expect you to be perfect when I show up. I am not showing up perfect. I got stories for days. But I come with value. I come with understanding. I come with peace. I come with just still, quiet room for growth. Adding value, needing growth. Like you said, you got some faith, let me hear about it.
Right.
Who do you believe in? Let me tell you who I believe in. Because if it's too different for me, then I probably can't do this.
Yeah.
If you are that broken, I can't, you're not about to break me
Right.
because
Right. 'Cause
your
then I'm
burdens
there.
will
Yeah.
spill over on
Because then
me.
you gonna break me. Yeah.
You got mommy issues, and you're not ready to deal with them.
Right.
They're gonna spill
Because
over
I can't
on
be
me.
your mama,
And I ain't about to be.
No.
I tell you, I'm qualifying
ready.
conversations at this point. You can't even talk to me any kind of way.
Yeah.
You know what? I want to go back to this potential thing. What does that mean? If he has potential, we need to define that
What
because
is
see, a
potential?
lot of folks are listening, and they're getting this wrong. You know, it's a whole group of women out here, and I always hear them, and they're always, well, he has potential. What does that mean?
Oh,
Does that
Tina
mean
Fey's
that he
fingers
does not
work?
meet your standards and you're settling? What does that mean?
I think you're not quite sure what your standards
Maybe that
are.
mean a Dodge Charger.
And
Well,
you want to
well,
work.
okay, so if it doesn't meet your standards,
I don't think
why are
they know.
you even considering it?
I don't think they know
Right.
what their standards are.
Yeah.
Well, I
What
can I touch on
potential?
this?
Go ahead.
I'm touch on this. So
I don't get that.
I get it. I get it because I'm in a place now where like I'm doing pretty well for myself. So like if I want to date, I got to be like, okay, do I want to date here? So like you got to figure out like where your levels are and like what kind of person you want to date. I think when you're looking at potential, right, or me in general, I'll just speak on me because I don't know what everybody else is.
Yeah.
But when I see you and I see potential, that means like, okay, well I'm working at I'll just say Wendy's. I'm working at Wendy's right now, but I'm in school getting my bachelor's degree. But I got my driver's license because you need a license. Please stop. You need a license and a car. You need a license and a car
And insurance.
And
And
insurance.
insurance.
Please have a license, car, and insurance before you try to take somebody on a date. I just
I-
disclaimer.
you know, I-
So
That
just a disclaimer.
goes to
So-
stability. You got to
Yes,
be financially
so-
in a good position.
So a guy with potential for me is like you not where you want to be right now, but I see you working on it. You in school,
Right.
You got a good job. You trying to own your own business. You're not just talking about it. You actively making those steps. to fix it and to grow. Where to me that's potential. So when I say, okay, I probably could because he got potential. I see him working towards his dream and his goal, and he's doing a good job at it. So to me, that's
wow.
So,
I mean, damn.
I saw that when I was like 20.
Yeah, but see, that depends. Okay, but I hear women in their 50s and 60s talking about they're going to work with somebody with some potential.
Oh, no.
See,
not in my
not
50s.
Wait a
Not in my
minute.
50s.
So for potential for me, it's backed up.
Excuse me?
Okay, so all of what she said, but then you have to back it up with actions.
Right.
Because we could be potentialed all day long.
Yes, yes.
I mean, you can go down your list, and that's a whole bunch of potential. But what you doing with that after that?
I think that's what you might see where women
it has to be some action.
There ain't no actions happening.
You could potentially do something all day long.
Yeah.
But what are you actually doing?
Right.
And I think potential is so broad. It can be so broad.
Right.
That's
I
what I'm
think
saying. That's vague.
It's vague. It's very
That's
vague.
why
Very
I
vague.
want
Yeah.
what
But I
exactly
think
is
for
it?
some women, like I can speak for personal experiences, you can base a man based on his family, or he comes from good family, good people, and his dad was a good person, or his mom is this, or his sister was this. And child, he ain't nothing like daddy,
He a black
mama.
sheep.
He a whole different person. So that could be potential. Oh, I got a good man because he do this. His
Or his
parents
family's got
they got degrees, they got a good house, there's stability there, so he knows stability, and then it comes out, that's not the case. So that can be potential. The job could be potential, but he find out later he's hopping from jobs to jobs. It just that's so vague, but I think you based off of what they tell you, and like she said, the actions come down later.
yeah.
It's like
Some people can
That was
Sometimes
just
they don't even
potential.
tell
You're not
you. They
real.
just, you just go off of what you think. Some women are just stuck in the dream. They have their ideal and
They
they
dream
put
too
their,
much.
and they put they put their dream on this man,
quickly.
any man that they can see it being, and then they say, oh, he's
I
got
wish somebody
potential.
would dream about me.
Listen,
She coming.
right? She's coming. She's dreaming right now, and it's gonna realize before the end of 2019. But I think that's what it is. It's just like a lot of times it's that dream. We try to, and it's way too broad to say, oh, he's got potential. To me, potential is similar to you, like, oh, he in med school. Okay, he about to be a doctor.
Right.
You know what I
That's
mean?
potential.
That's
Right.
potential.
Potential.
I'm like, okay,
I
that's
like
a
the way
good
your
bet.
potential
That's a
go.
good. That's a good bet. That's a good risk to take. Because he ain't there yet.
Well, so as a black man, 6 feet,
Oh,
good
God.
job. That's potential. I mean,
Right.
yeah, but what else?
Like
Is that potential?
yeah.
Look,
He just 6 feet.
he got a job.
he got a job.
I don't have a height requirement. I don't have a.
I'm 6 feet, got a job.
You 6 feet?
Yes.
You got a job?
Yes.
What else you got going on?
Uh-oh.
School.
I think
Potential.
sometimes
Sound
you
like
got,
potential.
I think
Potential.
sometimes
Did
you
you
gotta
get a
I'm a
choose
good
you.
human being.
There you go.
Sometimes you gotta
But
change
I'm a
your
good
mind.
person.
Let's not gloss over it.
I'm a good, and I can be
Right.
your best friend.
Okay, so
But you
what's-
got to look at who you dating too and what you attract. Like, because a lot of people can say, I'm ready, like, I'm this good person. But if you keep attracting,
I think she throwing shots over
if you keep attracting
I'm not saying
the
nothing.
same type of people, or you attracted to a certain type of woman, then you wonder why you always getting the same woman. Or vice versa. If you keep attracting loser guys that got 10 baby mamas and all this other stuff, and then you're like, dang, why I can't find a good man? Because you not looking for the right. You're not willing to change up what you like. Like, oh, I like good dudes that dress like that. Like, no, I don't care.
Yeah, sometimes
I
what
don't
you
care how
like
dress.
keeps you
I
single
care.
as well.
I don't,
I
because
have.
you can fix
Your
that.
type,
You can fix
your
that.
type
Like,
can
you-
keep you single.
The type can keep
I
you
have
That's
single.
why I tell women I don't have a type. If I feel like you is beautiful, then I'm going to approach you.
Yeah.
But what
That's
if-
it.
What if you got a type but you don't stick to
I
dating?
used to have a type.
I have a type. Don't
I
get
used
me
to have a
wrong.
type.
I don't
I don't have a
always
type
date
no
my
more.
type.
But you know what?
I'm saying
I
is
just
like
like
don't
talk.
We
shut
just
them
had this
down because you don't like
conversation.
what kind of
Remember?
shoes they got on, or you
Y'all
don't like what.
help me
Because you
out.
can fix that, like that kind of stuff. Those
Oh,
type
nah,
of things.
'cause-
You can like, come on, babe, let's go shopping. Like, because look, I didn't know how to dress, okay, and my friends had to get me together. 'Cause
I
all
understand.
All I
Don't
did
fix
was,
it. Leave them just like that.
or if you,
Yeah,
yeah,
you
if
shouldn't
you
have
want
to
to,
fix it.
I wanna hear what they
not
gotta say
not
about
fix,
the
but
type.
what I'm
Sometimes
saying,
you sometimes you
Help.
sometimes you fix them up
Yeah,
right for the
that's
next
not a-
woman.
that's not
Leave
a-
them just like that with them Levi's on and everything. Don't fix nothing. Leave them just
But
like
you know
So
what?
I'm saying for
505.
me,
It's
like
not a
if
deal
we,
breaker.
it's not a deal breaker for me. That's not on my list of deal breakers. Just because you don't have like Jordans on and stuff,
Oh, no, it's not
that's
a
not
deal
on my
breaker,
list.
but I do
That's
have
not
a
on
Well, I
my
don't
But you
want to
know
date
what?
nobody with Jordans at my age. I'm sorry.
But you know what? But see,
Damn.
now here we go. Okay, so he has this potential, and you're dating him. Okay, he's not your husband, so why are you trying to fix him?
Right.
Exactly.
Or put some clothes on him.
See?
He's not your husband. He's not. You
Well,
guys don't
that's
even
what
have
I
a
just
commitment.
said. 'Cause
I mean,
women
even
know that.
dating,
Even as my
'Cause we're
friend, though.
fixers.
Even
We
as
always
my
want to invest
friend.
in
But
something.
no,
else.
but
even I waste
I
that
think
time
y'all
on that.
women
Because
are
we
fixers.
friends.
We are
like,
fixer. I
think
just
y'all
like,
automatic
like me and her,
fixers.
we're best friends. She'd be like, girl, where this? Send
if he
look,
doesn't
go on
ask you,
Pinterest.
don't volunteer.
I'm
me
right.
alone.
I'm not saying like go ahead and just initiate yourself in their life and start trying to change stuff. What I'm saying is that
It can
if
be
you
fixed.
build that foundation, that friendship, and it comes out like, well, I don't really dress a lot because all I do is work and stuff. You could be like, oh, I can help you with that. Look on Pinterest, do this. Like that's what we do as friends.
If we're in a
So
relationship,
Right, but
And they have
most
to be
women,
receiving
But
Here
are
they
we
go.
trying to be
Yeah.
that
When
friend
you're
though? I think
dating-
a lot of women looking over that. Like women want to say what men do or what men. No, fix yourself. Like work on yourself. You want to date, you want to jump into stuff, and sometimes people not at where you at. So if you be a friend first, be a friend and not look at it like, oh, I want to be with this dude, we gonna be together, but just be somebody's friend.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
see
And
that okay
you
now
ain't
that's
gotta-
different
right.
from dating. We're talking
I
about
think a
you
lot of men
actively
be
dating. We're dating to be in a relationship.
Relationship.
So you ain't got time for that. So you filtering and
You don't got
moving
time
along.
to be
So
friends. So you gonna
Well,
you
no,
want
no,
to be married?
No,
to
but
somebody
you,
you
no,
don't
no,
like?
no.
I
You
think-
want to build a friendship with that person that you're going towards. But I'm not trying to fix him because what if it doesn't work? Now I've invested this time,
I
wasted
want my time back because I'm fighting.
and you
I'm
can't,
know that-
get,
you
it
can't
back.
get it back.
So
I'm
you
getting it
keep
back
it
in blood.
moving. Listen, if you are not what I'm looking for when I meet you,
Yeah.
I don't know if you're gonna change. I don't even know if that
don't know if you
potential is
got
gonna be
potential.
realized.
Right.
I
That's
don't know
true.
anything. All I know is what I see right now. And the same thing. He's judging me by those same standards. So this is all we're working with, and we're going to move on from there.
I
And
tell-
I'm going to filter
Right.
based
think-
on that.
So
know
maybe
what?
the filtering process wasn't as filtered.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because
You know,
So
you
we'll
have to
step into the dating
refine
process,
what that
yeah.
filtering process,
Exactly.
and you have to consistently do that.
be comfortable with
Because
losing.
you let
have
your
to reevaluate
potential.
and
Continue.
Yeah.
We got to be comfortable with losing people. And when I
Yeah.
say that, a lot of us don't. We want to meet. I want to meet all of y'all. Now I want all y'all to be my best friends. I want to walk out this room and all y'all belong to me now. And I got everybody's contacting my
I'm
phone.
coming on your show.
Listen, okay, but that's what we do. We don't want to be like, okay, this may be my only time meeting you. I may never see you again, but it was. We never want to walk away and it not worked out. Like, no, be comfortable with the filter process coming with.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we spent good 3 months together, but this is not gonna be what is it.
Right.
You got one thing I didn't know about you that I can't get past. I'm totally comfortable with this not being that thing. Not trying to work it in, because I wake up and ask God 2 things: who can I serve today? And remove people from me that don't belong. And I held so tightly to those that he was snatching away, and I was snatching them back. So be comfortable with losing people instead of fixing people, because the thing about it is, if we're cool, what I do is going to wear off on you and vice versa. Now, is that a
Exactly.
good thing or is that a
It
bad
does.
thing? That's going to be the question.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And at the,
That
day, at the
filtering
end of the day,
is
what's
big.
for you is for you, period.
Yep.
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
think too
Download that
with
in our
with
system
y'all
and do
women
it,
too,
yeah.
when y'all meet these dudes and they not trying to be your friends, please get rid of them.
Yeah.
Right.
But I mean, it kind of seemed like women don't want to be friends either.
True,
Like that's what
'cause
I'm
we on
getting
some
from
other
this.
stuff.
Like
But
we're
it's
not
been
trying
all
to
that.
be
It
friends either. We just want to
definitely-
jump into dating you because we want to be married and we don't want to take the time. We don't got time for that. Like we don't have
Well,
time
no.
to be your friend. We just want you.
Oh,
can
no,
you
no,
be
You
my
have to
husband?
define.
Like
you have
I'm
to
confused.
define what that is. If I'm dating somebody, I want us to be friendly. I want to get to know them. I want to know everything pretty much about you. I want to know what makes you tick. That's being a friend. But that's not just saying, hey, we're going to be buddy-buddy and we're going to watch Netflix and we're going to do this. You know, that's a
don't
different
confuse
box
it.
that I put you in. Okay, I may filter and say, hey, you know what? You're a great guy. You really are. But you're not a great guy for me.
Oh, I've done
Then
it.
you go in the friendship box.
Okay.
You're not in dating box anymore.
So
it's
what
a different
qualifies
levels of
dating?
friendship here.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, it's
What
different
qualifies
levels.
dating for you? What
From
qua-
She
moving
said,
from
"What
the-
qualifies dating for you?"
from moving from
Ooh,
the
let's go
friend
around
from
the table
box
with that.
to that box.
Okay.
Let's go around the table
If-
with that. We know we ain't starting with you. We starting with Sierra.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Let's
well, go
start with
ahead.
Sierra. You, Cole, you. This your show. We going with Sierra.
Man.
Come on now, fired up.
Difficult question.
No,
What do you
it's
want?
a
You
good
don't know what you want
question.
in a man?
It's a good
that,
question.
But it's just that I don't. For me, I don't try and have one list. Like I know everybody has a list. I go based off of feeling. You know what vibes well with my life. You know what vibes well for now, and what can I see in the future. And I think that's where that potential comes in because me for sure, I'm very future thinking. So I'm thinking way ahead, and I'm like, how does he fit? Does he fit? Is he romantic? Because I do need that. I'm very touchy-feely and everything like that.
That's your love language.
Yes.
That's my yes. My love language is definitely. I know my problem. That is yeah. You know,
if you don't know your love language, you're not ready.
Right. You're not ready. You ain't ready. You need to go read the book. You need to take the test. And, you know, and you got to know what the other person's love language is. That's the other part. That's how you know, so as far as like qualifying dating, it ain't just about me. It's about can I offer him anything? You know, and just in love language is very important. Can I translate, you know, my love language and get past what I want to what he wants? Because a lot of guys aren't, you know, touchy-feely. You know, most of them, they want your encouragement instead. So it's like, okay, well, can I encourage him? Because every man I can't encourage.
You can't.
They way
You
above.
should have to.
But
that's not true.
But your man
that's
should.
That's part of a woman.
That's your
No.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. You know
Words
what?
of affirmation.
A woman should not have to encourage me to be a man.
But your
No.
love language.
What she said,
No.
words of affirmation, it could just be showing, you know, giving you words of appreciation.
Right.
Baby,
Baby, you the man.
Something like that.
I am
you know how all
special,
teachers
so-
can't teach.
Right. That's not your love language, so you don't understand. You know.
Yeah, I can roll with that.
You know.
And a lot of women don't do that. I mean, their man does something for them, and they don't tell them that they appreciate them.
Basina, let's roll.
I will have to cap on with what she said. Words of affirmation backed up with actions, because mine used to be material, and I've lived in a 2,400 square foot home, and
you was sharp as hell
the
too.
Gucci and the Louis, and
She was sharp as hell too.
miserable.
And she wouldn't
To
dance
some
with me.
days, I wanted to drive my car off the Belle Isle Bridge.
Yeah.
So no, seriously. I mean, we looked good from the outside, but in the inside, it was horrible. Just like a lot of people, they dressed up on the outside but tore up on the inside. So and what I used to like in my 20s and 30s is so much different now that I'm 50, and what I'm looking for is just not the same. It's just not. Oh, you're laughing. So I mean, yeah. So those words of affirmation, then I need some action backed up with it. Yeah, you can talk. We can talk all day long. You can get flued out, and you know, some guys buying 2 and 3 purses. I mean, they getting the deal.
Right, they gonna get the whole thing. Yeah.
So
you
now
know,
you from the show me state.
Yeah, show me. What are we gonna do? Yeah, because like I said, you know, what are you gonna do for me when I'm 60?
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Let's build some generational wealth.
Okay.
Let's break some generation curses and stuff like that.
Generational
So
love.
yeah, so
Generational love.
and he
Let's
knows. So
build
and
that.
when he met me, I was, you know, we were dancing. That was my relief right there, because I just was going through a divorce, and you know, ballroom, and that was my little breakaway right there. But it's changed.
You know, we was
what?
going through a divorce at the same time, and my ties was
My
our
ties
place.
was the breakup spot.
It was
Hey,
the
y'all got a divorce?
spot.
Come on down
Come
the
on down the
ballroom.
ballroom. It definitely was.
But anyway, so yeah, you just kind of learn, and like she said, what used to look good to you, and that ain't happening, bro.
Yeah.
it's you just changed and have grown and matured, and so
Come on now, you next.
All right. I think what qualifies dating. Are you consistent? I need to see consistency and you being persistent. Can you rock with me? Not only, you know what I'm saying, can you rock with me mentally, spiritually, you know, physically, emotionally? Can you tap in tune with me? Or are you just going to be...
Microphone.
Are you just going to be physical purpose, you know what I'm saying? Or you can't be there with me spiritually. You can't, like we talked about, you can't cover me. Are you a family person? I'm very family-oriented. Not only am I family-oriented, I have a child. So are you able to cover me and my child? Or it be a package deal? Are you going to pretend that you just for me and you're going to ignore my child? Because there are men out there who, I'm for you, but then, okay, let's bring my child. Why can't you give your mama and Joe Smo to babysit? Oh, you don't want to be around him. Like, okay, got you. You just wanted to be about us all the time. Got you. Okay. So, are you consistent? Can you cover us in prayer? Are you family oriented? And are you whole? Wholeness is a big deal. I don't have time for being emotional impaired. And just I have to go in and do surgery on you. So are you emotionally? Are you stable financially and mentally? I like how you say emotionally. Like, what makes you tick? Are you gonna punch me, or are you gonna punch the wall? Are you gonna walk away, or are you gonna talk about it later? So yeah, those are some, to make it short in, but those are some qualities.
So I'm gonna just choose not to repeat everything y'all said, because I totally agree, and I'm writing this down. I'm taking mental notes. The one biggest thing though that I have to add to what every lady said here so far though is, can you accept me for who I am? Because I've been in rooms and I've been called and I've been told by God that there's nobody like you. I can't find anyone who has found someone that they can be like, you remind me of. You're just like, I'm just totally off the wall. They can't get me down. Men will be like, you're so unpredictable. I don't, this conversation comes out of nowhere. Well, I know where it's coming from, but I get a lot of, you're random, and they don't like that. So I'm like, can you accept me without having to tell me about the things that I've heard for years and years and years that you can't, because you can't control it, you can't pick it up, and you can't fix it because it's not to be fixed. That's the big thing for me. So like in dating, with consistency and all of the things that you guys said, can you just accept me? Don't try to change me. Grow with me, because I've grown. Grow with me, but don't shun any of the beautiful things that come with me. I won't do that for you. Open communication, and I'm good.
I like that. That's good. All right, so for me, and because me and Kiki, we talk all the time about this, but pretty much everything she said, every single thing she said and touched on, same for me. I think the two things that are most important are your actions, right, and communication. Because I came from a relationship where there was no communication, and I'm begging you, like, please talk to me. Tell me what are you thinking? Oh, but you can go lay in the bed with Jane and tell her all kind of stuff about me.
Telling the mistress everything.
But you can go tell her everything about me, and I gotta figure out what's wrong with you. But she know everything about me. But see,
and what's wrong with you?
And what's wrong with you? And I still don't know. So for me, it's like you have to communicate. If I feel like I gotta guess or I gotta try to figure out what's going on in your head, that's absolutely, you're in the friend zone. Like, we can never be together, because I will never do that ever again. Like, you have to be able to communicate. And then your actions, like, you have to show me. Like, you can't just be like, yeah, I love you, or I care about you, or I want this to, I want to be together, blah, blah, whatever. Like, I have to see, like, words mean nothing to me at this point. Like, you have to show me. Like, there has to be something behind that, and it has to be genuine. Like, and I have to know, that what you're saying is true and real, and I have to trust you. So for me, those are the two most important things. But pretty much everything she said is how I feel. Like, you have to accept my child. Me and my daughter are a package deal. Like, you can't get me without her. Like, there's just no, and everybody is not going to meet her. Like, so, no, you can't see my child. Everybody can't meet her. Like, she precious. Like, everybody can't look in her face, okay?
No, that's my
it's saved for somebody that I think is important to me. And I know this is probably going to go somewhere, so, hey, let's hang out. Let's hang out with our kids. You got kids, bring your kids. That right there. Are you in your kid's life? That's another thing. How active are you in your children's life? If you got a son, but you never see him or her or your child, and you got time to spend and go on dates with me every Saturday and Sunday, and I never see you talking to your kids, or I never hear you talking about your children, or you got something negative to say about your baby mama, oh, she keeping the kids away, I don't want to hear none of that. Are you going to court? Are you fixing that? Like, I shouldn't even have to ask you all that, because you should already know what to do. If she really this bad person, then go to court, do what you got to do, get your child. That don't got nothing to do with me. You should have that fixed before I even come along. So for me, those are my things.
Spend a season on that.
Yeah.
Because they don't spend no season on that.
No.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, mine, first of all, you have to be emotionally available.
Okay.
So that's
Yes.
really a part of my filtering process. I listen very carefully initially to what you're saying. I'm very intuitive, and if something doesn't feel right, you're over here or you're blocked and deleted. I mean, it's just real simple. You have to demonstrate to me that you can be loyal. Loyalty is really big, okay? And also our lifestyles have to be congruent. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
have similar lifestyles.
I love it.
Yeah, and you have to match my energy level and my mindset.
That's so important.
That is important.
I've met guys and it's like, hey, let's do this. Because, I mean, I'm like the Energizer Bunny. And they're like, well, no, I can't do this. And they talk really slow. I cannot deal with that. That is depressing to me. Because I'm optimistic and just all over the place. You know what I'm saying? And
When's your
always
birthday?
happy. I'm a December baby. Yeah. So if you can't match that or mirror that, I have a problem with you, and you're over there. You know, I mean, you're not even a potential for dating.
You know, I ain't hear none of you ladies say anything about patience.
I've dealt
think
with a
that
lot of
comes
patient
with
men
the-
personally. I'm sorry. I was an impatient one.
I guess you
Because
Yeah,
it will
males
be
being- I don't expect
no,
that.
and because the only reason why I say that, because I was one of the worst men in this world with patience, until I went to prison, and then when I came home, I realized how valuable patience was.
Yeah. I had to.
Because patience taught me how to talk to people,
Yep.
talk to women without raising my voice. Without, you have to, how can you hear anything I'm saying if I'm yelling?
Right.
How can you hear anything if I'm saying, anything that I'm saying to you if I'm cussing at you? That's a poor communication skills. And a lot of men don't know how to communicate to y'all.
Right.
And then too, even if y'all is just a little bit damaged from that.
Yeah, toxic.
I should be able to look, sweetie. Let's talk.
Yep.
Period. Let's not cuss at each other, because once you start cussing at me, I'm done.
Yeah, me too. Shutting
I'm
down.
done. I'm not saying. And I
Totally.
tell every woman I start talking to, you can talk to me, but when you cuss at me, I'm done. Because if I let that go, I
gonna
already know
keep
what's
that-
gonna happen.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what if she cusses at other people?
I don't care about that.
Come at
All I
you
care about
London.
is me.
Oh, okay.
All I care about is me.
Okay.
I care about how she talk and
Yeah.
treats me.
Right.
Because she could be in the car and it could be road rage. She could be going the hell
No,
off.
I'm not just saying that. We're just,
But what if you at a restaurant?
Yeah.
Like, that's so big for me. I
And
watch
she's
so
disrespectful.
hard. And you just right, if she disrespectful to the waitress.
That's y'all are absolutely right.
I don't play that either.
Yeah.
Absolutely right.
because
Y'all
I
are.
look
that's
at-
gonna
I look at
filter
that.
down to you.
Yeah, and and I have had happen that, but y'all absolutely right.
Yeah.
It will filter down to you somewhere.
Yeah,
point.
exactly.
Yeah, the
One day
way
you gonna be
I have,
punching bag.
I have dated women, and the way I seen them get into it with their
Let me fix
kids,
myself.
I would never think that it would bounce back on me, and then it do. I'm like, I'm out.
Stop yelling at y'all kids in the morning. That's so
I
annoying.
know.
Stop sending them to school with all that anxiety. My mom used to be like, get out the bed.
They people, because
Ma'am,
you know
if
what?
you don't get out the
People
bed-
don't
No, I
understand
don't- I
how
don't yell at my
precious
daughter,
kids
no.
are.
I do not.
You know,
We gonna
I
talk
didn't
about it.
understand that until I had to raise my son by myself.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of women I date, they don't really understand the emotional shit that I go through with my son. When I tell them I have to come home, even when I get home from work, we sit down and we talk for an hour. They go, we talk for an hour. What kind of dude is you?
That's
When
amazing.
I spend the time, I shut everything down.
How old is he?
He's 29. He'll be 30 in a couple of weeks.
Good.
And when I do all this, because who else is going to do it?
Right.
And I have to have him ready. I want my son to make the least mistakes when he meet the woman. I don't want him to screw up like I did, because I have met some women and I screwed the fuck up. I really did. And I really do regret that, but I was able to go back to them and apologize to them. And I knew at that time, I was growing as a man to do that. And a lot of men is so scared to apologize to women that they know they screwed up.
Can you say that again?
A lot of men is scared to apologize to women that they screwed up to. Period. And I had to really, in all this, I had to learn on my own, being in my bedroom by myself, sitting up like, Casey, I'm like, damn, I'm like one of the most handsome men in the world. Why the I'm single? No, I used to say that. I used to say it. Then I used to say that.
Like, right, where my wife at? Yeah.
What's wrong with me?
Me, yeah.
I'm doing something wrong. I should not be by
That's
myself.
a popular question.
Yes.
Why should I have to beg a woman to come be with me or ask a woman to come be with me? You should want to be with me because you want to, because I'm treating you so respectably and well. You should want to be around me. It's hard to be around a man like y'all. I mean, y'all can do the. That's why I always say women is stronger than men, because y'all can give us strength and don't have to tell us or show us. It's the energy y'all give that can make a brother go back to school. Make him get his credit score up. Make him just go out and speak and open the door for a woman that is not none of his woman. It can change his whole life, but that man got to be ready to accept it.
Right.
Period. And I teach them same values in my son. I don't care if I'm dating a woman for 2 months. When we go out to the car together and when she ready to be around him, he's opening up her door.
Yeah, that's good.
Period. He's a reflection of me.
Yes.
100%. He cannot be with the woman that I don't want my son to mess up the first time.
Right.
Period. I don't want him to waste 20 years like I did and be done. I want him to get it right, and it's my responsibility to do it. The only way I can do it, I got women friends that I talk to. Y'all teach me all the time because every woman is different.
Yeah.
I learn. Even she comes to sit in my chair and she telling me I'm learning from her too. Because this world is developing and moving so fast, and everything is old traditional stuff is just out the door.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
And I think that's another problem, that we're trying to have new school relationship with a mindset of old school traditions, but no real work or knowing how to have an old school tradition. I didn't believe in old school tradition until I got to my age and was like, dang, I didn't even want no family. I have one child. I'm a single mother. I didn't think this through. I was the baby in my family. I didn't think this through. My family, we grew up throughout the entire family off love. My cousins, my mom, my dad, we all just have so much love, but I just didn't want my own family. And now I'm like, dang, I kind of want my own family. I wish I would have wanted a husband earlier and wanted children earlier, because to create my legacy and push it out here, I just wanted to I don't know, I just wanted to try to figure life out real fast or something. I don't know what I was doing. But now it's like, I really wish those old school traditions could come back. We wouldn't be so big on women taking this and women being the strongest and women being independent and women taking care of all the business and these men being from single parents, so they looking at you like, well, my mama did it on her own, so you can do it, and you making kids everywhere.
Excuses. I hate
family,
when I hate when men use excuses about their mother and all that other kind of crap. And I hate when men sit up here and say, oh, I love my wife, but just because I sleep with somebody else, I still love my wife.
I don't know what.
That's impossible.
Impossible.
I had a thought about like what you were talking about as far as a woman being independent and wanting to go back to those old traditional values, and I had to kind of go back and think, why did we abandon those things? And I remember, or I had to go back to, that the feminist movement. What's the real reason why the feminist movement even started? And a lot of it had to do with men that were not good men.
Yeah.
And
totally.
I worry about us trying to go back to the traditional, when really, to me, the traditional way was broken. We just didn't hear it. Because I grew up in a household with whatever happened in this house, don't leave this house. And we didn't hear nothing. It was go upstairs to your room while everything's in disarray, while people getting, beat on, while, family and they fighting, they breaking windows and all that stuff. You couldn't see that. Yeah. They didn't want you to hear it, but it was going on. And those men, back then were not necessarily the best of men. You know, they had other families.
True.
You know, they went. I keep it real. They had
had
a whole other household.
Wow.
You know, was tearing up their wives, mind and tearing up the kids. And so I'm like, you had all of this going on, and we want tradition, but we want to go back to that because sometimes men have a tendency to let power get to their head, and it doesn't matter who it is, what it is, even if it's their wife, just like that narcissism and stuff. Men will go and they will feed into it, and they'll go for it. So I don't know. I think we need another answer. I think we need to build something else.
So I think what we should do, and I agree to what you said. I mean, there was a lot of dysfunction back then in the name of traditional.
Right.
So what we have to do as modern women, we have to define these new roles that we have.
Yes.
Exactly.
That's what we're going to have to do. And that requires us to sit down with this man that we're exclusive with, not some man that we're assuming we're in a relationship with, and we define what we're going to do. What's your role, what you're going to do, what am I going to do, and so forth.
You know what I hate to hear? Now, here I am. I had to fix myself. No excuses. Period. I had to fix myself. I don't understand why other men can't do the same thing.
Because they don't think anything is wrong with them.
And they don't have enough pain.
They don't
People usually change
that's good.
when they experience
Extreme
pain.
Yeah, yeah.
You lose the love of your
Yeah.
life. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They lose it.
okay,
I am channeling this
coming to an end.
Right.
And when
Because I just knew that. I had friends betray me.
me too.
Friends who I thought were friends was associates. And when I'm at home alone, and my son is in the other room and I'm in my room, from that point on, I had to start fixing myself.
Yes.
Because I didn't want no woman to want who I was at the time.
Ooh, you better say it.
That's good.
That's why I think I'm.
I want the
single.
woman to want who I am now. And and whatever woman I'm with, whoever I'm be with, whoever my future wife is, all she's gonna do is get I ain't gonna say more, like I'm just gonna get better.
Right.
Growth.
Because I can never say, I know I'm not complete until I have my wife. I'm not gonna never be complete because that's what I want.
Okay.
I want a wife.
Got you.
I could go buy a car.
You gotta want it.
I could go buy, you know what? But I want a wife 100%.
A quality
I want that
wife.
companionship. I want that
That's how you have to
familyship.
start it.
That's what and it's funny because I didn't grow up. My household wasn't like that.
Oh wow. Okay.
I didn't have a father. I had a mother. She was just a provider. I had to find out the hard way about love.
Okay.
And see, by you growing up in that non-traditional household, you have to clearly define those roles because you seen a mother who was a provider and she was more masculine. You know what I'm saying? So you never got that picture of what a man was really supposed to do and how he's supposed to do.
And I had to learn it the hard way.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's why I be telling like some of my women friends, like, y'all talk to me all the time. If he's not doing and acting the way I do, leave him alone. Go now.
Because you've been on both sides.
Yeah, I've been on both sides.
So you I know what it is.
Leave him alone because you just doing, you ain't nothing valuable, ain't nothing no more value than your time.
Right.
You better say
say
it.
that all
Something
the
they ain't
time.
making no more of.
Every
That
time I
man.
go
Don't
and I go
replace
out
your
on a
friend.
date with them, I'm spending time with a woman, the best thing I have to offer her is my time.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's be clear. What traditional values we want are a man who is a good provider and he's a protector. Everything else
We can talk about
is subjective.
Yep.
Yes.
But those are two things that we want.
Most definitely.
Provider and protector.
Yes.
Yeah, and I always say you have to provide, protect, and proclaim.
Yes.
Okay, let's go around. I want to go around the table and see what everybody.
What, the deal breaker? No.
No deal breakers.
Yeah, I was
we only
gonna
got
say,
about 10 minutes
She
left.
just said
But I want everybody to say, closing arguments.
Okay.
Closing argument. So the topic today was, how do you know you're ready
To date.
to date?
Are you really ready today?
And I think that it really boils down to how introspective you are. because you don't want to. And I'll be brutally honest with myself. I know that one of the things I had to get through was thinking that everything was all right. Just like we were talking about how men, I don't know anything wrong. And a lot of times you don't. But sometimes you have to really be able to be introspective enough and really spend time with God and really understand, okay, there's something in here that's wrong. That's why something's not working. That's why my dating relationships are all failing and stuff like that. And for me, I was trying to find the same person in different men. Didn't realize it, like when we talk about getting into those dating patterns. Oh, I was definitely in a dating pattern, consistently, they may not have looked the same, may not have had all the same background, but I was looking for this one thing in every single person. And when I found it, I latched on to you until I realized, oh, this ain't healthy. And then you end up I spent, like 10 years, trying to find the same person over and over again because I couldn't have that person. So for me personally, how do I know that I'm ready to date? I can definitely tell that I'm ready to date at this point because I've went and I've kind of dug up those roots, some roots that are not good for me, that are not serving the greater purpose or my greater goals and things like that. And I think it takes a lot of introspection, a lot of being honest with yourself. That's how I knew that I was ready to date, and doing that work led to other pieces that came together and fulfilled other things.
So you addressed the little girl issues, and now you're an empowered woman.
Right, absolutely. Right. I addressed those 18, 19-year-old issues. And just like everybody, we all have those issues. We all have those things we got to overpower and overcome because we didn't get it when we was growing up. That was one of the things that, you know what I mean? Just like Cassine was saying, if we all have those same issues. And once you overcome it, then you can be like, all right, I'm ready. I'm good. You know what I mean? The other little things, there's always little tiny things, but you have to know what those things are. You have to be very self-aware and not allow yourself to be triggered by different things or go off on a tangent. You got to know, so you know what to look for. You have to know what those flags are for yourself and for the other person.
I agree. Well said.
I think it's when you're ready to date, when you are able to spend time with yourself alone. A lot of us are afraid to be alone, and alone is scary. Sometimes when you're used to being with somebody. I had a boyfriend in high school, and then I got married. So I've always been with somebody. So when I got divorced, I was like, oh God, you're a loser because you're by yourself, and just like, okay. So what do you do? And it's just scary. But once you learn who you are and whose you are,
okay.
It's just I can't say enough about that, because if you don't know, somebody else will show you.
Yes.
And then they will, and they'll be like, okay, well, I don't like that. Nope. What you showing me, that's not really what I wanted. Well, I really, this is me, but you didn't say nothing, and you didn't raise your standards, and you settled. So to me, that's just really important. And once you figure out who you are, and you just spending time with yourself and just healing, and you don't need somebody else to get over the person that you broke up with. Then you're good.
Say it again.
You're good.
I like the saying, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for everything.
Fall for anything.
Yeah. Come on, sweetie. We got about 3 minutes.
Well, to piggyback on what I'm gonna not repeat, but to piggyback on what both of them said, you're just really in tune with yourself, and you're not settling. You'll be okay with them, each person just fleeing. Whether they, fit your mold or not, you're not going to settle. You're not like, I did this the last time. Mm-hmm. I noticed, I'm aware of what you're doing. You're not going to settle for that. You're whole. It goes back to being whole. You know what triggers, like you said, what triggers. I'm not doing that. That's a red flag for me. I'm not doing that again. You're verbally abusive. I can tell. Go. Out. You're out.
Block
you're
and delete.
From the block and delete.
BD.
Good night.
BD.
Period. So you're just into and just some certain stuff you're just not going to tolerate, and I believe that's how you know you're ready. You're just not going to settle or tolerate for stuff that you used to.
Stop settling.
You spent time with yourself to know, and you're honest with yourself to know what you've done in a past relationship too. I think when you're ready, you can be. It's not on them no more. They did this, they did that, and he did what he didn't do. But you can be honest. Okay, what could I have done more? What did I do? What could I do better in my next relationship? You can be honest with yourself and say what you did. And spending time with yourself, just being in tune. You have to be in tune and constantly reevaluating your list and constantly just doing a self-check. You just have to. You have to self-check. Do I still does this still trigger me? Does this still make me angry? And why does it? Am I acting like my mom? Am I acting like this person? You need to go down. And I think family origin is a big deal in how we act. And we had to figure out those triggers. Am I acting like my grandmama? You know, she used to kick somebody with a bat, you know, whatever. We have to go back to our family and see if we are acting like them, good or bad. What traits are we picking up? So, and being honest with ourselves. So
I'll make mine real sweet and simple. Qualification and discernment. I allow God to qualify me, and I have the discernment to figure out if you belong here. So that's how I know.
Good.
Yeah.
Very good.
I can't wait to go on your show.
Man, it's a lot different.
Come on.
All right. So real quick, I think for me, I knew I was ready to date when I was ready to let go of the past, when I was ready to not be bitter about things that my ex-husband did to me or things that I went through with other guys. When I was able to get over that, then I knew I was ready. When I held on to that, I thought all guys sucked. Like, I didn't want a man. I didn't care how I looked when I went outside. Don't look at me. I don't want you talking to me. Like, and I was like that for a long time. So when I was able to get past the bitterness, that's how I knew I was ready to date. And just to piggyback off what everybody said, you have to spend time with yourself. You have to spend time with God, spend time with yourself, learn yourself, all those good things. But, yes, you cannot be bitter. You cannot be bitter and move on to another relationship. It just won't work.
What about you?
I'm not saying nothing. I'm saying something when the men come next week.
Oh,
okay.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Ooh, I don't. This is. I'm showcasing y'all because I'm rolling with y'all.
I appreciate it.
Okay.
Yeah, they know that. You know, I ain't afraid to say who
Well,
do
I've
something to
said
me.
everything. I knew.
You
when I
said,
was ready.
you fired up. You've been fired up since.
No, I'm not fired up.
I like when you fired up.
I'm not fired up.
I like it though.
It's just.
It get viewers.
I'm just more transparent. That's all.
That's right. That's good.
Yeah, but
That's just it.
I just learned something today. That fired up was fired up. Lord Jesus, where have I been? Chicago playing. I'm like, oh, is that what those two are? Oh my goodness.
Okay, so, this was
It was
good.
insightful
This,
and informative, and I think
I think a lot of men need to hear this
they do.
because they don't like to listen.
Well, that's their problem.
I know, but we're trying to fix it.
Yeah, no, seriously.
women
But they gotta fix it.
Yeah,
If they want to.
Yeah.
yeah, they should
Yeah.
all be like you.
Can I say one more
ahead.
thing? I want to say this really, really quick. Just to kind of talk about when we talked about the sex thing, right? About 9 months or however, whenever you should give yourself up to this guy or whatever. I say set your own pace. If you're really, truly looking for a husband, then you hold on to that thing, okay? You do not give it up in 90 days, 100 days, whenever. You hold on to it because that's your temple. It's sacred. And when I learned that about myself, I knew I was in control and I had power. So for me, it's like there's no rule. I'm going to tell you, anybody that come along, you have to be my husband. Now, if we mess up along the way, that's fine, but I'm setting that standard at the beginning. I am only having sex with my next husband. If you cannot wait, oh well. But I like to say, people mess up. You're not perfect. It might happen along the way, but I'm not going to say that to that guy. I'm like, you have to be my husband or you're going. So that's just what I want to say. Hold on to your tempo, value yourself. Don't just give yourself away to guys, and just hold on to it. It'll be worth it in the end.
Okay, all y'all sorry ass men out there, y'all heard it.
Damn.
From these real, honest women in there, straight up. They heard it.
Well, what are they gonna do with that?
I don't know what they
information?
gonna. I don't know what they gonna do. I know DTE got to get paid tomorrow, so I don't know what they gonna do. But you know what? I really do appreciate these women that I had come on there, and I know I probably been bugging them. Reaching out, I reach out to a lot of women all the time. I think they think what we trying to do is a joke or whatever, but we really,
I don't think so.
But some of them do it.
Some
They
people
go
do.
there, like say, "Oh, you're not
Some
like
people
Jerry
will.
Springer." I'll be like, "Thank you." They do. I
Right.
really do go through that. I really get a lot of messages on third quarter page.
That's saying you're not like Jerry Springer.
Yes, yes, like we end up having
Because we
around,
got
you
the
know, but this is what they
Be
think.
intense.
You know what I'm saying? They don't really, and then think too, they never heard a man like me talk. You know, and it's kind of hard for them to adjust. But so what? I don't care.
Well, we're discussing
You know.
topics that everybody's discussing, but we're just
Right.
getting a little
more
more honest
knowledge.
with
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Not entertained. Like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
And-
we're trying to get to a solution. I mean, because
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, we not
we're,
trying to- we
our
ain't
whole
got time
purpose
for
is
that.
to demystify
That's what I was
this
saying.
whole
Next.
relationship and
Right.
dating process, and that's what we're trying to do.
And I like how there's different ages, like all different
Yes.
ages,
That's how we
and
wanted it.
where people are in their lives. Because like for me, I have time. Like, look, we're gonna be friends for a long time, but you like, I don't have time for all that. Like, we gonna date, we gonna do this. I'm filtering you out because, and I get that. I get that because you don't have time to waste. You know, you're like, I'm ready to be married. I'm ready to date. I'm ready to do what I want to do. So I like that. Like, I like that. There's a lot of
Yeah, you can't get none of
versatility.
that time back.
No, you can't.
No,
time.
no.
You don't wanna
Money
waste your
don't even
time.
mean anything anymore.
Nope.
No.
Once you get a certain age, is done. But
Time is the most
the third
valuable
quarter,
commodity.
I mean, I love these ladies on here. I thank y'all for coming on. Every last one of
Thank you
y'all
for
for
inviting
coming
me.
on
Thank you so
and
much for
voicing
having
your
us. Thank you for
opinion.
having us.
And you know I'm gonna be bugging y'all to come back. I really am.
do
Being
it.
5-star and you know I really appreciate y'all coming on and expressing y'all feelings. And you know, Detroit podcast. I like to thank Randy for you know brunch.
Look at Randy. It's
Hey,
like,
Randy.
yo,
Randy be like, I'm ready to go.
leave.
And,
Randy like, whatever.
And you know, and
Randy like,
I think
speaking to the
Randy,
mic
she
more
want to talk
next
to you
time.
too about. She want to talk to you too about starting
Yeah, for sure.
her own podcast.
Yes,
And
yes.
2 weeks we'll be tuning in, and this
We'll have the
room will
men.
be filled with men,
Okay. All right.
all ages,
Good.
different
need me back,
ages,
just hit me up,
and
sis. I
tune
got
in
your
and
back.
see what
What'd
they
you say?
say, what
You
they
need
talk
me to
about.
come back you up. I got your back.
Listen,
No.
listen. Let me tell you something. When they come on, because I'll be here by myself.
Child.
Just dial that number
I got it.
248-579.
Because you know what's funny? We did a show. We did a show, and it was funny. We did a show, and we had different women on. Sierra was on, and the men, a bunch of men, thought I was getting picked on, and I didn't feel that way.
They thought I was.
They thought all y'all was picking on me, and I didn't feel that way. And I was like,
Yeah,
why I
we
don't feel that
didn't
way?
do that.
That's not. Yeah, that wasn't.
Yeah.
You asked questions, we answered.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we were being honest.
Right. And you know, again, I thank every last one of y'all for coming on, and any viewers, y'all have any topics, ideas y'all want to discuss, y'all can get in touch with me, 5-star,
No, get in touch with you.
with me.
She said it. She said
Get in touch with me. I'm important now. Get in touch with me.
And that is only because I'm not on social media.
Right, she on social media.
Uh-huh.
But
By
please
choice.
get in touch with me, and I can make a show happen. Even if one of y'all ladies want to do a topic,
Oh, cool.
it can be on the next show, and I will help even get guests on here, and we can come on and talk about it.
Oh, that's what's up.
That's how the third quarter is rolling.
Nice.
Okay.
I really do. I don't know why I'm in my feelings today.
Yeah.
You know, that's okay.
Come on.
You didn't
come
get
on,
no
come
sleep
on.
last night.
Okay.
I
so-
didn't, but I really appreciate these women coming on here, because what I always say, I want to fill these seats up and get people to really listen to different age women talk about the real things that's going on out here in relationships. We can go on Facebook and be Facebook gangsters, you know, but when I ask these same women and men to come on the show, oh man, I get stood up. No, oh, Cassine, I can't, none of that. They just, you know, everybody Houdini. But that's why I really appreciate y'all coming on here, and you know, I really do. So 2 weeks, I'll be getting some men to come on here. I think Sierra already got one for me. Come on there, and we're gonna talk and discuss the same thing
From a
with
male's perspective.
From a male perspective about, you know, the dating thing that's going on out here.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
Until then, I definitely will have these ladies back on there.
Oh, thank you.
I like
Definitely
you.
will have these ladies on here. Is that it, Randy? That's it.
I got nothing. Your show.
It's over. That's it. We still could talk.
Oh, look.
Oh,
no,
that's it.
you're at time.
Right here.
Oh, is that?
Time.
Yeah.
He like, no, you was supposed to been gone 10 minutes ago. Trying to be nice.
Right. I'm letting you go a little longer.
Thank you again, Podcast Detroit. Third quarter. See you in 2 weeks with the men on here discussing. What we discussing?
Oh my goodness.
Same topic.
Same time. I had a rough day.
Oh my goodness.
Can I have one rough day after 20 shows?
Are you really ready for a relationship?
Are you really ready for a relationship? You men. Meeting all needs.
Oh, I thought it was, are you ready to date?
No, that is. I just added the man meeting all needs.
Right. Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah.
That's his definition.
That's my definition.
Man, meeting all needs.
Meeting all needs. Thank you, my friend.
I'm sorry. Forgive me.
And we out.
Forgive
See
me.
you
I
in
zoned
2
out,
weeks.
Chris. I'm sorry.
Thank you again. Out of here. Third quarter.